want some?
You got extra? I want to look like
Of course.
I want to look like a pro
Where's the glasses?
Up
We got spare glasses.
in the barn.
In the barn?
Yeah. I usually
That's
put
the most Indiana thing ever. You're in the barn. Wayne User.
Okay.
I'm in the barn.
These will,
Here we go. Tony Spilatro. Eddie 2-time Spilatro says everything.
Oh,
2
by the way,
times.
mics are hot.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Look at the paper.
talk that one?
Mics are hot. Mics are hot. They're really hot.
You did turn them on.
I did.
How long ago?
About a minute.
Steve?
Damn it, Steve, get on the
I mean, these are actually my grandpa's. He used them for like welding goggles,
Oh, that's nice.
and they're even they've been this way since at least the mid '80s.
That's some bull.
I'm telling you, these were in my grandpa's shop when he died from the mid '80s.
I have a couple.
And I had a couple.
Watched from a safe distance.
I'll turn the mic off.
This explosion is one of the most beautiful
I had 'em,
things ever seen by man. You're probably
I had them.
saying,
Should we start the whole
so
thing?
it's beautiful.
But I had them.
Is anybody here with us?
I had them to the side because.
Let's start this.
Well, I just had them to the side because they were my grandpa's.
I see.
And then I realized kind of they look like Ace Rothstein glasses from.
Yeah, that's right. Arnold Ace Ross.
And so
Real name is Lefty Rosenthal.
so I picked those. I started wearing them, and they're actually like really dope glasses.
Zeke has turned up. He's always super quiet on his own channel. Yeah,
But
I've heard this.
um,
But you got professional technology here. This
Well,
isn't
we
a
got-
piece of shit iPhone video from somebody's basement.
I got one
This
thing.
is pro stuff here. We're not
Studio
messing
stuff.
around. This is studio professionals we're messing with.
I got one thing I want to ask you though.
Yes, sir.
Would you like to share my sandwich?
Right.
Chips and all that 70s like.
Man, there was a time not that long ago when people played all their instruments and did all this stuff, and now it's like, you know.
And now what?
someone on
And now what
auto-tunes.
happened?
It's some
Now what
jackass
happened?
on a
DJ
laptop
Trish is on.
and like
DJ
auto-tune.
Trish.
Hey, DJ Trish.
What's going on?
Trish is the sweetest.
Yeah, she's the best. Boom.
Hi,
Metal
Trish.
Theologian.
Hey,
Shane.
Aaron. What's up? Hey, Shane. What's going
Aaron.
on, guys?
Woo!
What's going on, guys?
Let me go into studio mode here.
Hey.
Boom. Hello.
Oh man.
Come
this
on.
is so professional.
Let's go!
Hey, you gotta keep your head on the swivel out there. All right?
This is the biggest show
You're damn right.
ever.
Yes, sir.
Well, you know,
You ain't never lied.
the biggest show tonight anyway.
Yep.
Sorry, my hair fell like I feel like a Southern pastor, late 90s.
We're getting the spirit. We're getting the spirit.
Nate Bouchard, Bill's Box of Sound, Liver Lobes.
Hello.
Oh, baby, we're just getting started. Let's go!
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Biggest show. This has been in the works for years. Our man, Zeke the Vinyl
Nice
Geek.
to meet you,
You
sir.
guys all know him. You guys all subscribe to his channel. If you don't, then you're gonna be by the end of this night.
You don't need to.
I promise you.
Don't waste your time.
I promise you. You will be. You'll be subscribed. Big time.
This is a big deal to me, and I appreciate your hospitality. I want to say thank you. And also to Chris at Dixieland Farm, who I visited. The wonderful.
Aaron says Zeke is super quiet.
Am I quiet?
His mic.
Here, hang on. Let me move this
Bring it
up.
up. Hey, Jay, bring up
I think
two.
he says I'm always quiet. Is that too loud now?
Bring up two just a little bit.
All right.
Okay.
How's that better?
Don
we got-
Trump says 502 subs.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
you know
Look at
what?
that. We're going camera too.
Let me congratulate you guys on 500 subs.
You know, after begging for it,
Say something, right?
Hello.
we're up to
Hello, Jay.
begging for it
Looking
for
good
a
this
couple
evening.
of years or something.
Hi, Jeff. Hey, man.
We finally
What's up?
hit 500 subs yesterday.
Big stuff, and congratulations. Congratulations, big
I have
dog.
to say, to be honest,
Oh wow, that is a good feat.
That's always
Watch
subject
out.
to change.
it was after you said, "Hey, I'm coming up to Grown Man Record Night. It's going to be a good time."
I take
and
no
blah, blah,
credit for that.
blah. It went like every time somebody does something like that, I always get a little ba-bump, ba-bump, ba-bump.
Well, sure.
And I'm shitty about commenting on videos like I should. I game a lot, and I have
Yeah.
a problem with that.
Yeah.
So instead of watching videos nowadays, I've been gaming a lot. You know
Well,
what I
it's
mean?
it's hard to.
But so we finally hit 500 after all this time, man.
Congratulations, and it's well
What was it,
deserved.
Fucking 7 years. Hey,
Well,
500.
I'll
Yeah, I'm
tell you,
still-
I don't have any subscribers, and I don't have any followers. I just have friends that that I geek out
Dude,
with.
and I said this. I appreciate all the new folks that are joining us. Look, man, if you don't know, we do this show live every single Friday night. It's on Twitch and YouTube.
Borscht.
All the finished shows end up on YouTube. But we game on Twitch and post it on the socials. So you guys, seriously, I was like, let me hotkey this up. Boom, boom, hotkey, baby. Follow us on our socials to know when we go live. Get involved with us, and we hope to see you like every night, man. Every night we go live, and you can keep up with us on the socials to know when we go live.
This
like
might
that
be the
show.
first time I've made it through one of these without passing out halfway through. Just
telling
usually
you.
I try, and then like
The night's
I wake
young.
up and be like, what the hell? Well, if I start taking shots, I'll be on this floor. They'll never
Yeah,
make
no, I
it.
understand.
I'll never make it. I mean, I'm like 2 shots, and it's like nap time.
Shane asked, no night coffee, Zeke?
Well, I would do, but there's
You
no
want Rockstar?
Starbucks in here. Well, no, sir. I've got this Coca-Cola, and I
Okay,
appreciate
Coca-Cola.
that. As long as I'm heavily caffeinated, we'll make it. But otherwise, there's no
Got
telling.
some 300 Rockstar.
Okay.
You need some
Yeah, we
Mitchum?
do
You
have
need
some.
Mitchum?
I have Mitchum on, and I switched to
Alright.
Mitchum a long time ago, and then I ran out of Mitchum, and I had to do some like off-brand, generic, substandard,
I understand how that
subpar,
goes.
and then I was like, this doesn't compare to Mitchum. It's not as good as Mitchum, and I mean that's honestly, you guys got me on the Mitchum.
Hell yeah, we did.
Yep.
Wanted to mention, just to get some quick, before we get into like the big meat and potatoes of while we're here
Oh, I didn't
this
send that.
evening.
Yes, sir.
What are y'all talking about? Y'all need to share something with everybody?
Get on the mic, Jay.
Chip chat thing.
Get on the mic.
Jesus Christ. We started like 4 minutes ago.
No, we
You're
don't.
talking about
already got-
Mitchum.
Already got off camera.
Aaron's
Not
immune to Mitchum.
off
That's
camera.
not every.
Sorry
I
about
mean, that's a strong
that.
power.
Jay, you can bump me
If
down
you're
just a
immune to
quarter turn.
Mitchum,
not bumping
you got some
anything.
strong powers.
Aaron, you're
no,
immune
no, no,
to
only
Mitchum.
no, only a mic.
You tried to switch him, but he's immune to Mitchum.
It's a fluid situation here, folks.
You're damn right.
That's
it
what
is.
we
We
do.
get 48
I like
hours of
fluids.
protection.
And there's a lot of men here.
Sorry, I didn't
A lot of
mean to make you
fluids.
get up, Jay. I see I
It's gonna get
explained,
weird.
and he goes up there. Keep on going down with it.
The Mitchum doesn't work for you, Aaron.
Oh, no.
That's a potent.
Channel 1, keep on going down.
You have a high level of mandatus, Aaron. Aaron, I brought some stuff to discuss. Barely gets you halfway through the day.
Channel all the way to the left.
Whoa.
Aaron, what do you need for deodorant, sir?
Aaron, I think Aaron's Germanic,
1, 2, 3,
Germanic
here we
in
go.
nature.
Freeze it.
Aaron has
Dude, I had you at 0.
a strong like bowl of pheromones.
Yeah.
The pheromones make the ladies go wild. The metal theologian pheromones.
Hang on.
What are you doing? Your mic not working?
Check it out.
Check what out?
Monitor it.
Oh, yeah, I've been monitoring it.
Yeah.
Aaron, I'm
Just readjust it. Because I was
following in your footsteps once again. I can tell you.
I'm so
I'm pretty
goddamn loud.
excited.
I'll probably be on his mic though. That's what I do, folks. Hey, I ain't apologizing for shit.
No, nor should you, sir.
Or you used that fucking deaf girl sandwich joke before. Yeah, you know what I did? I did a different version of it. Fuck on off. That's what we do.
Who said that?
We do deaf sandwich meat jokes. You got a problem with that? Hey,
I
fuck.
know people. Hey,
I
know
can't.
people. Who said
I can't tell you. I can't show you a more direct route to the door. Vinyl in the van, thump finger, Bill.
what's up, man?
Oh, baby.
Levels are fine.
Now Mike is barely audible. Oh no. All right, we'll bring. No, hang on. Freeze it. Is it off? I think it's a delay. So let's hold up. Relax, Jay. Relax. Because I'm seeing this pop up now. I think it's good.
Mike's on the mic.
I think now it's good. So there's a delay. So now it should be good. Delay.
I'll listen.
Yeah, the delay could be.
Yeah. It's a string delay.
I see. Can't hear either one of us? Well, I'm not speaking.
Right now, Zach's coming in best.
Oh, we'll hear you.
How far behind are we?
I keep getting some buffering, so it keeps adding more time.
You're buffering.
Bruce buffering.
Well, I dropped my mic, so I don't know how I'm coming. It fell off my old bill.
Oh, okay. We're starting this whole thing over. I'm tired of it.
3, 2, 1.
Start it over. Start it over.
Speech is good.
I don't know how I could be coming in best because mine totally fell off.
That's what we like.
It's amazing. Technologies.
Let's
Okay,
talk-
can you hear me now?
Let's talk religion and politics for this show tonight.
Yeah, why
You
not?
all sound like Jay. That's
We all sound like the ultimate diss.
That's the best.
Get on the mic, Jay!
Bit better.
Aaron, can you hear me now, my friend? Can you hear me now?
Hilarious.
We all sound like Jay normally
The
does.
thing is, I think Mike is you're the lowest.
Still now?
Really?
Even now.
Well, no, this thing.
Now Zeke sounds
No, he
good.
sounds like he's talking into a pillow.
Really? Pillow talk. Speaking
Are
of
you
pillow
rolling
talk,
on your mic with your chair like you?
I don't think so.
Mike's talking in the pillow. Pillow
All right.
talk.
Well, let's get it.
Some sexy stuff right there. Yeah. Look at that cheesecake.
Is that all the? Whoa, whoa, whoa! What do we got going on here?
Pillow talk. This is from my dig of the week, which we'll get to later. I don't
We're
know.
like 7.5 over there.
Okay.
Okay.
Mike's is low. Can't hear Zeke. You can hear Zeke. You cannot hear Mike.
What the shit is going on?
Mikey, quiet
Hold on.
bananas.
Nobody talk.
His battery might be dead.
You're paying like you.
Oh wait, no way.
If dude, you should totally be able to hear that.
No, I could totally hear you, dude.
Yeah, Bill said I trust Bill. I'm sorry,
Fuck
everybody.
This is fine.
I'm sorry, everybody. I trust
The
Bill.
problem is everybody was talking.
His name is Bill's Box of Sound. I trust Bill.
I love Bill. He's a good dude.
He's the man.
Let's do the show!
That's what when Bill said the 80th Blue Note stuff.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
Yes, you took that as gold.
Gospel.
That was gospel.
That's folded right between Numbers and Corinthians.
You're
Was,
damn right it was. It's the word.
Yep. Don't change the
And the
thing.
word was Bill.
Goddamn right. Love it, baby. Love you, baby. Hey, if you want to contribute to the show, I'll just hit this quickly. Join our Top Shots Club like Aaron Griffin, Vinyl in the Van, and Dead Wax 66, who I think all are joining us. Thank you guys for your support. If you would like to tip us, I will say a $5 tip makes a shot. And Zeke, I would hate to tell you, but you're sitting on the panel tonight, so a $5 donation, that's a
This
shot.
liquor ain't free, okay?
That's a shot for the two
gas,
of
A
us.
higher
ass.
donation and we go to the absinthe.
$20 donation not only gets Jay involved, it gets Absinthe involved.
That's right. We're not communists. We're Americans, okay? I love money like I love my mom.
We're not begging for it.
All right.
We're not people.
Okay, this is a capitalist culture.
We're not
right here,
begging.
okay? Let's fork over the cash.
We're not
all right?
people.
That's right.
But
We could do this all for free, but American people don't want that. All right, let's
right.
get the money out.
we
all
hit
right?
our 500 sub. I'm kind of bumping through this. I'm gonna save that for a little bit later, folks. If you've not joined the Discord channel, we got a lot of cool shit going on there. I'm gonna bump it and check. Actually, I'm gonna do this. Do a command DIS. Boom. Join our Discord. Hello, come on.
Mike's your coach this evening.
That's
We're
what I'm
gonna get
telling you.
there, guys. You got to get out there and make the play. All right.
telling you, look
keep
in
your
there.
head on a swivel.
Join the Discord. We got a lot
You
of
gotta do your
great
job.
discussion going on in there. A lot of people sharing a lot of great music, a lot of great ideas, and some funny shit in the Discord channel. Don't want to sleep on that. Didn't play any games tonight. This is when I would normally tell you what games we played on Twitch. Didn't do that because we had a buddy joining us from out of town, and I don't want to be rude and play games.
Zeke, tell us what'd you do? You got down here. What have you been doing since you got down here?
Well,
Steve, if you steal my interview questions, I swear to Christ.
okay, we'll break
I got
both
stuff
of your
written down from like
kneecaps.
fucking Wednesday.
You
If
see
you
these
steal
glasses?
them,
Both of
steal
your
'em?
kneecaps get blown off.
I'll shut this whole show down. I
I
don't
left
care.
my home in Norfolk, Virginia,
Yeah.
California on my mind.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
All right. Straddled that Greyhound bus into Raleigh, down across Carolina.
Oh.
Nice.
That's right. It was all the way from Norfolk into here, the 2-lane highway. I stopped at a Goodwill and I got some records. And then when I got here, I went to Hippo Records at your recommendation. In a 10-minute span, I blew $120. Then I went directly over to Chris Brzezinski's, and I had to piss so bad. Oh man, my bladder was like ready to explode.
But my tits are.
And he wouldn't let me go. And he wouldn't let me go. The guy there was like, "You can't use this toilet because you could be some kind of junkie off the street." And I'm like, "Okay, man."
Where was
whatever.
that? Hippo?
Yeah, that's right.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
I kind of. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I understand you run a record store, like you
You
just
got
want
that junkie
anyone
vibe,
using
bro.
it.
I don't know about you.
Yeah, look questionable.
Junkies
know
don't
about-
walk in and spend $120.
I mean, it's
On smack.
It's an expensive habit,
Hey.
You're nickel a
Yeah,
day
but no,
H train,
He's let me use this bathroom before.
Hey, you know what? You didn't have to bring that
He's
up.
given me a Mountain
said
Dew
something.
before.
Well, you guys are locals. I mean, I'm just some
I gave
weirdo.
him free Rockstar.
We don't want to know what you gave him. Okay, let's just keep that private.
Angry Hand Jay.
Is there any other way?
Jay.
Was it weird though that was it
Handy
weird that
J.
he followed me back?
Handy
there,
J.
He followed you to the
Was it weird that
bathroom.
he wanted to come in there with me?
Junkies don't spend 120 on vinyl. Junkies do. Here's the thing: I could switch to heroin, and probably save money if we're being straight.
You know, I always thought there's a Sonic. I'm a big Sonic Youth guy,
Yes, sir.
and
Hold on.
I've heard of them.
Aaron says, check your donations.
whoa, 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 whoa!
What?
What happened?
What happened?
What?
Hey, and if you donate now, Jay will give you a Handy J for your birthday.
So what about a ninja leaving Twitch to go to Mixer? Anybody?
I don't even know what that means.
I know.
I couldn't even
Another
follow that.
language for me.
Yeah,
It's
that's
big
like,
news.
what does that mean? I'm
Oh,
all YouTube.
sh-
I'm the most like Luddite. Like I'm like, if it's not on YouTube, I can't figure.
Whoa, 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 whoa! 8-3, Aaron Griffin, $20 donation.
Oh!
Says, let's do this.
Okay,
Wow.
Hey,
Now
Oh,
it's a
did
party.
AG go to
Aaron.
Did AG go to that NXT show last?
did that graphic, Aaron? Aaron, I
We're
want to
drinking
know.
for free tonight.
Did the notification come up on the screen and you guys saw the kitty cat
I didn't see it.
and I just missed it?
You're worried about the wrong kind of pussy.
I'm just saying.
Ask Aaron what he thought of the NXT show last week. Mike.
But what are we doing? What is this a shot of?
How are we doing shots? Oh, because of the $20.
Yeah.
Is that what happens?
That's everybody.
I can't. I'm gonna have to,
You gotta.
Can I just like
You
Tennessee whiskey sip it, or I gotta take it to the head?
I mean, I want
Hey,
Oh no! Oh, good.
absent.
Oh. An absinthe shot? Come on, man. Do you know how
How about
old
an
I
absent
am?
sip? Because
Kitty
it's so
cat was cool.
for Zeke. You
Oh,
came
just-
all the way
just
down.
a wee sip. Can I just put it in my? What do we
No,
got?
no,
We gotta
no.
go to the head.
This is cash. This is
like,
American.
It's like, Medusa or whatever you call it.
Isn't it delicious?
That is tasty.
Zambusa?
I'm not gonna lie, that is tasty.
Aaron,
That reminds me
Jay's
of my,
taking a pop off. Aaron, thank you so much,
to
bro.
the head.
You never have to donate again as long as you fucking live, man. But we
Aaron,
appreciate the hell out
You're a
of you.
stand-up guy.
If you guys need
He's
any,
a connected guy, soon to be a made guy.
man, he's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best, man.
That's wonderful.
That's something a mustache on fire.
You're damn right he did. Is there any
Oh.
other kind of
Get a good shot of that, Steve.
mustache?
Oh, baby.
That stuff.
There was. Fine.
What's the proof of that, Steve?
Still legal in 13 states.
135.
Oh,
I don't
Aaron.
know, Jay.
You're
Saying that off
you're
the
a-
mic.
You're
Nobody-
a kind man, Aaron. Aaron, you're a
69%
gentleman.
alcohol.
Aaron, you're a gentleman and a scholar, sir.
Aaron, you're the best, man.
Right at the counter.
You're the
Keep
tip.
these little bottles.
You're the tip top
Oh,
best, man.
said check your PayPal.
Oh no.
Jay, look, I got
Jay.
something for you, man.
No, not yet.
Okay, well, almost prematurely.
Well, hold on.
You know.
This is. All right, Steve.
This could get ugly.
Rut-row.
This is a stand-up for tonight.
No, you're damn right it is. Is there any other night?
I don't have anything yet, Jay. But that I'm not saying nothing. But hold on.
Oh, Lord.
Not for nothing.
I'll continue and then we'll check back.
I'm gonna
That was
sit
good.
down.
Jay has to sit down. Okay, check it out. Hey, everybody, take a knee. Hey,
You're damn right. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
take a knee.
Guys,
I'm tired of it.
guys,
None of this bullshit. Take a knee and everybody listen the fuck up for a few minutes.
Okay, coach.
We're gonna get serious.
Yes, sir.
Did you have things
Um,
you wanted to talk about?
you got questions you want to ask?
I got some questions
Yes, sir.
because this wouldn't be a. This is the legit interview portion of the program.
All right. Now we're doing it. Now it's a party.
Now we're doing it. Let me get a bug in here. Can we have a bug? Can I have a bug, for Christ's sakes? Let's load it in. There we go. Now tell me, man.
Yes, sir.
I've been watching you on the internet for, you were one of the first VC guys that I locked into.
Thank you. I appreciate
For sure.
Oh, thanks.
Long time. What, fucking 7 years ago?
That's nice of you to say.
I would say. And Sean 0612, the first, without a doubt. Dr. Deadwax was in there. Just kind of in passing videos that popped up. Yours was some of the stuff that popped up.
Really?
Early on. No clue who you were, where you were from, what your deal was.
And nothing's changed.
It just popped up.
Right.
But, whoa. Sorry. Hear how loud these keys are?
Clicker boy.
You like that?
Difficulty, yes. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about where are you, and any of this is too personal, tell me to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Where are you from originally?
Indiana.
Indiana.
Right.
How'd you grow up? Tell us about music's role in your, like, growing up.
Yeah.
What kind of role did music play in your life?
Well, not much, to be honest.
Really?
With you. Well, my parents didn't listen to music, really, I mean, my dad had records and stuff. My parents were divorced, and it's like a cultural backwater. It's the middle of the cornfields and stuff.
You said you're from the center of the state?
I am from the center of the state, in the small town, around Indianapolis, north side of Indianapolis, called Zionsville, Indiana, kind of out in the country. So it's kind of a nice mix of country and small town and
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
But, my mom's boyfriend loved the old 60s music, the sort of like the McCoy, the old radio stations that used to play the old like 60s stuff, and we used to cruise. He loved to cruise around, and that's when I was like, man, these songs are great songs, and I remember loving that. And then, like little by little, man, very like humble beginnings. Probably not unlike yourself. I mean, like, you guys remember when you had the cassette tapes and you used to record shit off the radio?
Off the radio? Oh, baby.
Record a song off the radio, and it was
You know how long it took me to get, what's the big MC Hammer song?
Can't touch this.
Can't touch this.
Boom, boom.
I sat waiting on the fucking shit like,
Right.
"Meh."
Yeah, I totally did that.
Yeah.
All the time, I mean, when I first started, I can remember the first tape I ever bought was AC/DC Thunderstruck with the Thunderstruck album, whatever that is.
Yep.
I bought that tape, and I had to ride my bike like 5 miles into town to get this tape, and I had to leave we were playing mud football, and I had to leave the game to go get it, and then I went and got the tape, and then it was like, oh, I got this tape, and I wore that shit out. And my brother had like Appetite for Destruction, and he played it so much that you couldn't read the songs because all the stuff on the tape wore out.
Yeah.
Not like age.
Dude, we grew up. It's so far apart, but so much the same way.
We're the same age and similar circumstances.
I'll never forget. I went to a flea market and I got my first like bootleg ass, so bootleg Guns N' Roses shirt.
Yeah.
It was like Carolina blue,
right?
But had the Appetite for Destruction logo, all printed off center and smeary and shit.
Yeah.
And then I bought the tape, which was also bootleg at the flea market at the same time.
Well, we didn't have flea, only in the South,
And that was this was at the Anderson, South Carolina.
I bought my first electric guitar in Indiana.
Oh, did you?
Because I was staying at my grandparents for summer because they lived in Indiana.
Right.
And bought it at a yard sale.
Yeah.
Crappy guitar, crappy little amp, but
with
it was
the, like,
it was
4-inch
electric.
action.
It was electric.
Fellow Zion's man here.
Really? No kidding.
Yosemite Sambo.
Wow.
Yo, man.
Small world. My brother's a firefighter at the Zionsville Fire Department now.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's right.
That's
and my
fucking
whole family's
crazy,
from
man.
there, man. Hey, small world. Hey,
dude, any of you, I know a lot of you
Go
people,
Hoosiers.
we have a lot more people tuning in now than normal because fucking Zeke's on here.
Well, we're
Let me just say
co-branded.
this right now. I'm so glad at this point that we've got somebody that's almost as good looking as me on the program, because for the longest time
there was no competition.
it's been a fucking shit show around here.
I'm just impressed with the size of his penis.
Well, I mean, everyone gets a taste.
Every single week I'm like,
it's
it's like putting fucking prime rib steak next to fucking hamburger.
that's
and
how I put
all of a
makeup
sudden,
on a pig.
all of a sudden we got a little something going on here.
Yep.
Jay, how do you feel right now?
He feels left out. His feelings
Jesus
are hurt.
Christ.
Jay had no idea. He's like, what?
But
Did I miss the
Jay has
gangbang?
no idea what's going on right now.
Yeah, that's all right.
He's throwing us under the bus right now.
I'm oblivious.
Oh, I'm driving that bus, baby.
I'm oblivious. Is that what he's-
No, but the point of that
I'm
story
oblivious.
before Steve interrupted me.
Oh!
Grew up playing baseball at Lions Club Park. Man,
I got-
I played baseball at Lions.
I got
Played football there,
the
too.
bootleg
Pretty cool.
Guns N' Roses tape and the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Wore that T-shirt to school. Dumb, fat, redneck kid.
Yeah.
Was just interested in what the fuck we were having for lunch.
Sure, right.
And
Tater
the
tots.
hottest,
Square pizza.
the hottest fucking,
Institutional pizza.
the hottest acid-washed fucking middle school.
You were doing acid at that.
gnarly chick at the fucking school.
Oh, really?
Walked past me and was like, I like your shirt.
Did she? Oh, that's hot. Did she have the big bangs with the
Yep.
hairspray with the?
Spanked it.
We called that the state fair hair, where you had the bangs that were up. You know.
Dude.
Man, the first concert I ever went to was Metallica and Guns N' Roses, and the girls were all wearing fishnet stockings and state fair hair, and even to this day, it was like pornographic. By far the best, funnest.
Love it.
I like your shirt.
That's hot, man.
Just sticks in my head. I like
That
your
right
shirt.
there would just.
Oh, because it's Guns N' Roses, and I put it at a flea market.
And that's when you. That's
I'm
when you
fucking-
knew you were living
what?
correctly.
What?
You're like, well, obviously I'm
What?
doing everything right, because
What?
what else is there to accomplish? But yeah, I would also say,
Dude.
you remember the carnival glass? Did you guys have this where you had the little glass? It'd be like
I just ran some people
Osborne.
off. I'm sorry.
You did?
Probably. Yeah, I think so.
Oh well.
Well,
Oh well. we'll be all right. I mean, you know.
What?
we go to like it's, I'm talking about. We've been striving for 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
Because we've been at like 490.
Yeah.
And we go to like 496. Hey,
Well,
thanks, bro.
I would
and
say
then go
that,
492.
I would say that's normal.
We're a little
It
polarizing.
fluctuates, you know.
Well, we tend to
It fluctuates.
offset.
Well,
and
you got to
so-
figure statistically.
But I'd rather have
it's
100 that
on
or
your
die,
list.
ride or die.
I'd rather have 5 people that I like.
5 ride or die.
5 ride or die people. So when you say ride or die, you mean like up to like 10 o'clock or like past 11? How far
mean
are we
like-
going with this die part?
I mean, like murder one, son. Come on, let's
I'm talking
go.
about murder 1.
Okay. Look. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you play and sing and like shit like that. Like
Yes,
at least acoustic, I've heard you do.
that's true.
Singer, songwriter stuff.
Yeah.
Where did that come from in your musical journey?
Well, I didn't. I was not a good guitar player. I didn't have any.
Well, when
training.
did this start? When did you start playing guitar? In this
Well, like the normal age, adolescence or whatever.
high school?
No, age 12, 13.
Oh, really? That
Well,
early?
well I mean,
Okay.
how old were you? You're a kid. I mean, I was a kid,
Well, it's interesting because my mom was a guitar player.
Oh, well, I
Tried
didn't
to-
have that.
Tried to teach me when I was 5. And
Okay.
I mean, I'm just,
Yeah, but 5's too young, I
no.
think.
Tried to teach me when I was 12. I was like, and then my interesting story is when I
Yeah.
was 16 years old,
Right,
I was waiting for the Super Bowl to start.
right.
If you're of that age, oh my God, that day I was a huge NFL fan,
Yeah, me
and
too.
so I'm like, the Super Bowl's today, the Super Bowl's today, and then
Yeah.
you wake up at 9:30.
Right.
But even the pregame don't start till fucking what 4, and so you're like,
I'll
oh
be
my
just
God, oh my
Tell you
God.
something. Let me tell you something.
What?
If you're in the mountain time zone, game started perfect time.
Yeah.
If you're like on the West Coast, it's like,
But for the long,
East Coast is way
for
too
so many
late, I
hours, I was just freaking out. My mom's like, "Hey, let me show you some chords,"
Right.
and so that's the only time in that time period that I could like focus.
Okay, I see.
And I was like, "Yeah, okay," because I was waiting for this thing,
Right.
and that's when I started playing guitar and blah 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 blah.
I played drums in the 7th grade Battle of the Bands, and I couldn't play.
But that's where it
When I
started.
first started playing guitar with some friends, and we didn't know anything. I played for like 250 people at a gymnasium auditorium. We had
Yeah.
no clue what we were doing. So like the first gig I ever played was like 250 kids, and it was like actually a pretty good size.
So what
crowd,
what genre did you kind of start in on?
Well, I mean, I was so young, we didn't, we had no idea, so it was just like noise, and we'd make up, we were like, I remember my brother was in a band called like Butterfuzz, and they had this song called Attack of the Pink Fuzzy Stuff. And it was like, Attack of the Pink, fuzzy stuff, fuzzy wuzzy stuff. just pure punk trash, you know. But it was actually great. Well, he like looked cool. He was skinny and looked like Iggy Pop and was like cool looking up there. I was just like chunky kid with some like Reebok pumps, you know, playing like a shitty Gibson.
I had
like
pumps.
I had my first amp was like a PV Bandit with like a, you know, which like some rich kid had like bought and trashed because he loved Motley Crue and just like threw it in the pool. And then I was like, I'll buy that for $10.
Side
And then I
note,
actually
had
played
both
it all the
versions
time.
of pumps.
Yeah.
The pump ups
Oh, of
and
course you
and
did.
the ones with the
Man, I wish I still had all this stuff.
Baby.
I really wish I had some Reebok pumps on
Let's
right
pretend
now.
like I'm not wearing Retro 7s right now.
Word.
Um,
Yeah.
But let me tell you,
Yeah.
let me ask you this, though.
Yes.
I had a question.
Yes, sir.
Let me alt-tab into this question.
Let me see what
It's all right.
my
That's
question
okay.
is.
No.
Is that Aaron?
When I originally found you,
Margaret Johnson.
when I originally found you, and what kept me coming back to your channel, because let's not get it twisted, folks. Let's get real. This is a VC legend here. In my mind, I got like fucking
Which means not a legend anywhere else. That's,
whatever.
that
Dude.
doesn't mean.
Well, within the group, though.
Okay.
Um,
I
It
mean,
means something.
Dr.
I guess so.
Deadwax, Sean0612, Super West,
Yeah.
Chris Brzezinski.
Yes.
Those are the ones that Derek Higgins.
Uh-huh.
When I came in, those are like holy fuck.
I
oh,
don't consider myself
holy fuck.
like Derek Higgins.
those are the fucking.
And I will say this: Mark, Dr. Deadwax, taught me a lot, and I used to talk to him late at night. We used to like Skype each other, and
He's the man.
he told me a lot of things. He really knew minutia of, especially like pressings and all kinds of stuff. He taught me a lot of things.
He was one of the
He's a great
first
guy too.
like record nerds that knew like super intricacies of like pressings and
that's
stuff.
Right, yeah.
That did not make me feel like a dumb shit.
Yeah.
For just being like,
That's
yeah,
right.
but like Mountain's fucking badass, right? And he would be like, yeah, Mountain's badass, and da da da. But
Yeah.
his videos were like, if you look on the, you can tell that the
This pressing was
this
from the
pressing
Monarch
was from
plant.
Pittsburgh,
Right,
yeah,
right.
And at the
Which
time,
I didn't
was-
know anything about.
I don't know about that.
I know more now. A lot
And
of
a
times
lot of
because
those
him.
guys made me feel like a dumbass for even commenting or being involved in the hobby.
Yeah.
He did not. He was like, you guys are funny. How do you not only have like 50 subscribers?
Right.
And like shouted us out. And that's how we got to like 100.
Well, hey man, Mark, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks for all that.
He's the man.
That was a classy move.
But anyway, let's move on in our questioning here. So, a lot like our previous guest, Metal Theologian,
Yes.
who our second like internet friend guest. We've had Carl the Envelope, cameraman, people that
Yes.
we've known, and but this is our second internet friend.
Stranger danger, friend.
Stranger danger.
Right.
You could be a rapist for all I know.
Sure.
What the fuck do I know?
Invite a hobo
Whoa,
serial killer.
I don't know.
axe-murderer that you only know online.
Um,
Dragging home strange people.
You've lived in a lot of different places.
Okay.
Yeah. Grew up in Indiana.
Yes, and Texas as well. I
Texas?
lived in Houston, in Galveston and Houston when I was a little kid.
If you will, and
Tex-
again, tell me to fuck off if this is too personal,
Yeah.
but just to kind of bust through some of the places that you lived.
Yeah. Well, I lived in Indiana, where I grew up, and then my dad was in the construction industry in the 80s, and we lived in Houston and Katy, Texas, Galveston, Texas, from the age of like 5 to 8, and then I went back to Indiana. I went to high school, middle school, high school, college in Indiana, and then I went and joined the military, and then I went to Texas again for about 10 years. Then I went to Denver, where I started in the VC for 6 years, and then now I live in.
So you
the
started
Taiwan.
in the VC
in Denver.
Denver, okay.
Yeah, yeah. But I was already collecting in Texas. I was back collecting.
Well,
I
remember
collected in the 90s.
When I went out to
too.
Denver, you would give me some advice where to go.
Well, did you have fun then? Was
Oh,
it
yeah,
always-
yeah.
Good,
Oh, yeah, oh,
good.
yeah.
I'm glad.
I
Denver's
had
a great
split it with
town.
like seeing family and
Would
trucks
you
Of
and
course,
shit.
of course.
Like
Yeah,
Metal Theologian,
yeah.
would you say this diversity of places that you've lived? Because
Yes.
I've only lived in North Carolina,
Right,
several different places, but only
Yeah.
North Carolina.
right.
would you say this diversity of living situation has influenced the way that you collect records?
Oh, I'm sure.
Because
it
let me
has.
tell you, what
Yeah.
kept me coming back to your channel,
Uh-huh.
I found out I knew a lot about music.
Right.
I'd played music live 10, 15 years.
Right.
I'm a big shot around here. Understand?
But
Understand?
there's
I'm a big
always
shot.
more.
I'm a big shot.
Well, I feel the same way about
And
myself.
I was,
Very
oh
much.
yeah, but and then I started collecting records, and I'm like, oh man, I'm really into like psych records from like
I think the more you learn, the more you
Mid-fif-
learn that you don't know.
mid
Like, there's a
'60s to
lot
the
learn.
mid
It's
'50s,
that whole
and
lake of knowledge.
and I
There's
found
a lot to
the
learn.
more-
that's
the
how I
more you
found
learn.
your channel.
Yeah. Well,
And
you know,
every record you showed, a psych record, and I'm like, oh, that looks fucking dope. The next one, oh, that looks. I'm legit.
there are lots of guys.
I'm
like that.
legit
Yeah.
writing this shit down.
Well,
But this is in 2011.
Right.
I don't know. Long time ago, man.
Well, I did that same. People did the same thing to me all the time.
And
Yeah,
then
I've been
I
watching VC videos for years, so of course
and I did the
get
same
turned on to
thing.
things.
And that was
that's the best part of the VC. Is
absolutely.
probably learning
That was the
about new
genre
stuff.
that I just, you know, I know music, I know the whole scene,
Right.
but that whole thing was completely
Sure.
past me.
I consider myself a student.
Country funk,
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it, but I don't know it. It's like Metal Theologian with like metal from the 80s and Greeno
Right.
from metal from the 80s. It's a little bit before
There
when
was
I
a
was
long stretch of time where the only reason I stayed around was
Dude.
because of the metalheads and because of Greeno
Dude.
and metal. And I've told them that. I've said that many times.
And be
Learned
cool
a
about it.
tremendous amount. Tremendous. And Scott Waters and all the LJ and Dwayne Lazarus, who I traded with and knew very well, was back now, and just lots of metalheads, Ron
and
Haggerty
cool about it.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
like, what the fuck is wrong with you? How
Well-
do you not fucking know this?
Well, there are some real characters out there, and some people are real douchey. I mean, it's like, what you want to be like an asshole to somebody for what? You know, I mean, no matter who you are.
around here you get that for a fat lip.
You were not born.
I don't fuck around, see.
knowing like all the coolest records in the world. Nobody was like listening to. There's just. You got to get to hold of it.
I'm sorry.
Get a hold of it.
I'm sorry.
It's
I,
pretty.
I don't want. I don't want to get aggressive.
You gotta
That's
get
too
away
aggressive.
from the gym, man.
You know.
Huh?
You gotta get away from
You gotta.
the gym.
You gotta stop lifting the whole gym.
Last week, posted a picture on the Facebook. People,
Yeah.
you've been
Good
lifting.
for you, man. Good for you. Strong like
You should make
bull.
a calendar.
I'll do a whole calendar
Yeah.
every single month.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Fucking
Shots
me.
of Mikey, just
It's fucking me.
spread eagle Mike.
12 months of
Mike
fucking
in the hot tub.
aggression. Up your fucking buddy
Mike with
Hoyle. I'm
143 boxes of pudding in a hot tub, Mike.
I like to see I like to show some of these episodes to my mom.
Uh huh.
I'm saying the F word a whole bunch to
Oh, let's back it down.
it. Okay, so when you first started
Yeah.
making videos, when did you start, for instance?
New Year's of 2011, maybe 2010, 2011.
Really?
Well, it was New Year's, and my dad was still alive back then, and he's gone now. But he had all my records from high school, which was probably 500, right? A lot of them were his, and some of them were my uncle's, which is another thing I love about vinyl is the connection to family. And I
Yeah.
have my grandparents.
Sure.
My bass player
Dude,
when I was
all
in
my
high school.
family,
Look up
top
there.
shelf.
Yeah, you know,
That's my entire
I
family.
love that, man. I mean, like records are
5 copies.
They connect you to your past, and they, and people gave me records, and VCLT'd me records, and I still have the letter they sent me with it and stuff, and it's just, there's memories attached to them, and stuff. So it's a very sentimental. Half the value is sentimental. That's all I can say,
Yeah.
And anyway, I found like several crates of records back home. Then I brought them back, and and I kind of got back into it.
But why'd you start making videos, though?
Because like I thought it was fun. At that point in the old VC, it was a small town. I mean, that was the Wild West of the VC. That was back when there's only really a handful of people really doing
Yeah.
it, and you really got to like know them, and some of them were really really uber knowledgeable. Like Derek Higgins had already been doing it for 30 years at that point, and so he was like talking about things I knew nothing about. But of course, he's a lot older than me, so it's
Dude, pointed question.
Let's
Let's get Speary on it. Is it different now?
Oh, it's much different now.
The VC on the YouTube is different
Oh,
now.
way different now.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Is it crazy that? I mean, is it good? Is it bad? I mean,
I think it's what you make it. You know, I'm glad to have this opportunity, and I'm glad to make friends and get to know people better. And I love that, you know. But I also think back then, you know, it was more of a Wild West. It was just like that was before the Facebook, before the Instagram, before the, you know, and there was contests all the time, and there was like VCLT, and it was like very naive.
yeah.
You know, very naive. It was like, you know, we're just going to all send each other free records and everything will always be groovy and or whatever. And over time you realize like, there's problems associated with all this and people get butthurt and things go wrong. And, you know, somebody gives you a very expensive record and, you know, you can't reciprocate and like all kinds of things happen, you know. There's just all sorts of tricky situations that arise. But at one time it was very naive and very... very fun, you know, at that point. If you were around back then you recall. But things get complicated, you know. Then, I mean, people come and go.
But
you know?
I tell you, man, what really kept me coming back to your channel, though, over and over and over and over and over again, fucking psych records, and fucking jazz, like free jazz records, gnarly jazz records, country funk records, like we're from the South, so we like, when you get into that territory, if you want to, I mean, you got to, you got to bring it.
I love that. Oh, I love that. I love that stuff.
And I mean, you just had so many different things that a lot of people didn't have.
Well, I would say there's whole like, you know, universes of stuff that just absolutely blows my mind that I'm not like. Tropicalia scares the ever living shit out of me. I'm like,
psych records.
Like 100
psych records
expensive.
Brought me in though.
Well, psych records I definitely love, but now they've gotten to a price point that's just terrifying. You know,
I legit felt like an idiot when I started collecting records.
And me too. I feel like an idiot now. Like when it comes to Tropicalia, I feel like an idiot. I think African, like Nigerian funk.
You think that's healthy? That periodically you get into something that makes you feel like an idiot.
I think like you never learn if you're not willing to get out of your comfort zone.
Okay, fair enough.
And if you're not willing to feel like a fool once in a while, you'll never learn anything. If you only stay in your comfort zone, you won't grow. You know, that's just the same.
So what are you into like today, like right now? What's your shit?
Well, I go through all kinds of, you know, I mean, I listen to music.
I go through monthly phases, but like, I mean, like, you go to a record store today. What do you like? Beelining for
old original, same as it's like old, anything old and original that's rare and unusual that I don't typically see, and especially if it's
whether it's jazz or funk or fucking rock.
That would be
whatever.
the first thing I'd be wanting, you know, because I don't want to. I've just found that over time, it's like if I'm buying these common things that I could have bought anywhere, then I tend to miss an opportunity to get that one really weird record that I never ever see, and then I'll kick myself forever that like, oh, I never see this record. But
whoa!
Oh, there's more money rolling.
We got a $25 donation coming in from Jay. Vinyl in the van.
What is 25?
Woo, baby!
Hey, we need that money. Love that money.
God.
What's 25 get you?
You got
it's a shot at least.
$5
my
HJ,
gaming mouse.
$10 EJ.
We didn't bring the.
Okay, what's this EJ you ask? If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Let's go. What are we doing?
Okay.
Let's put a little.
No, not in that. You can't do that.
No, that's how I do it, man. This
In
is the way I was.
Coca-Cola?
Yeah, you put it in your can.
And you hit it from the tip.
No, you never go classy.
You have to take a big one.
No, what you do is this is how we do it in the sticks. You just like this. So, what we used to do is you pass around a handle of Jim Beam and then a 2-liter of Coke and then fucking go to.
We'll
the
do
end.
that.
Nah.
Okay.
You don't want to.
Look at Jay Low Key.
You don't know where I've been.
Jay Low Key. No, sir. Get that out of here.
I told you I lived in Mexico, so tequila is just
inappropriate.
I lived in Mexico. I nearly died in Mexico. So me and tequila.
Jay, you're too kind, brother.
Tequila tried to kill me.
I could pour in a shot glass, but I'm not going
Mezcal went south. I'm real bad. No, mezcal's bad news, man. So this is what happened. The guys I lived with a family, and they did the charro, which is a Mexican rodeo. They were charrieros. They pulled the bull down by the tail. They did all kinds of crazy Mexican rodeo.
I don't like how this story's
shit.
starting.
Oh, believe me, it gets much crazier than this. Well, we went down to like Guanajuato or something, and they had all this crazy mezcal. Brought back a bottle of mezcal as a gift, right? They were like, oh, you know, the Mexican is muy macho and whatever, you know, and so they were like drinking it. These guys are like 16 years old, so I was like, man, I'm in college, like I can drink I drink like professionally. I'm in college, so I started drinking mezcal. Next thing I know, I wake up on the floor. Sun is out, okay? I peed myself. My pants are off, okay?
Child's play.
I said I got a headache, and okay.
It's Saturday morning all day over here.
Typical Wednesday morning at Mikey Banana's house. So I wake up, right, and I was like, I just moved my head a little, and it's like where you feel like your brain like sloshing around in your skull, and I was like, oh.
I know the slosh.
And I said, Alberto, ¿qué pasó anoche? What happened last night, man? He's like, you piss, man. We fuck you. You know, you got to know the Mexican sense of humor. He's like, we fuck you. You know? So, turns out, I tried to punch Dario, who's this giant Mexican mofo, who's the guy who like pulls down the bowls and stuff. So he laughed at me and like threw me over his shoulder, which I'm not a little guy. Like he just ragdolled me like I was a little bitch boy, you know, or whatever. Then like put me in the bed. Then I tried to kiss him. So they were like, you are gay, you are the gay, marron, maricon, whatever, you know.
Mariposa.
Yeah, mariposa.
Butterfly.
Yeah, there's all kinds of them.
The takeaway from this story is now I got a pound of ground beef in there, a little seasoning and shit.
Yeah, well, if I'd have known it was that kind of a party.
I kind of want some tacos at this point. When we get done with this shit, I'm probably going to cook some.
Tacos are the appropriate 2 o'clock food.
I'm probably going to cook some tacos.
You know, let's keep
Steve's rolling me on.
Need a signal.
So the girl will clean the house every day after she saw my, 2 o'clock drunk penis.
Zeke, I want to give you this opportunity.
I saw your drunk penis. Yes.
You're one of the first guys that I really got into. Major inspiration.
Well, thank you.
Who were some of the guys that really inspired you?
Oh,
as we get into what we play.
They mixed the whole Mexican story.
Zeke's mic fell, says Metal Theologian.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
Oh, the whole Mexican story never happened.
Oh, no.
Have to tell the whole Mexican story again. What I find, thank you, sir. What I have found in my personal life is that once I start telling Mexican stories, I'm probably either A, drunk, or B, gonna get fired.
Both.
Jerry.
So,
yeah.
Who were the big guys when you got started?
Well,
or who are the people that you want to thank? As we get into different
those are 2 different questions.
What we played?
I don't, I this may sound like real ungrateful, but like most of those people that I like idolized back then, I quickly became disillusioned with, to be honest with you.
Yeah, sure,
sure. But I mean, that's just to be God's honest truth, But like when I first started watching, like a lot of people.
Metal says fuck influences. You're so metal, bro.
He's so metal.
He's more punk than me.
I watched Derek's videos when there was like hardly any views, and that's before he had 18,000 subscribers and stuff, and he made these like psychedelic videos and stuff, which he remembers the 60s and knew these records and stuff, and I learned a lot from those. There was a guy named Jeff, the record man, who lived also in Omaha, and I liked him a lot. He was a great guy.
Who's that around? The mailman guy. He was a mailman.
Bo's a mailman.
There's
another guy. Bo Earhead 6 is a mailman.
No, dude, Earhead.
There are actually several mailmen in the BC.
He's the man.
I've known
he's
a lot of people in the
old school wrestling.
Bo loves.
He's the one that said when you
Bo's a great dude.
When you come to record night, you better be ready to talk
Georgia Championship
Wrestling.
That's right.
He's the first guy. When he saw this show,
he was not around back then.
4 or 5 years ago, he was like, I detect a very Georgia South wrestling vibe to the show.
That's right.
I was like, God damn it, man, that's the biggest compliment.
Yeah. There's Bo. Hey, Bo.
Oh, he's on here now.
David Sequoia Flame. That's right. And there was I met David Sequoia Flame at the Austin Psych Fest with Nate Turntable Currents, who back then was just Nathan Morales. And Mr. Hall of Fame was around back then. Brandon's always been around. He's one of the OGs, And,
that's how I met the got the record store.
There used to be years ago. There was this guy named Dan in Canada, and this guy was a young guy. He worked at a record store, and he had a $1 zillion record collection, and he was very high end. But he was really young and really he had like $1 million record collection. He played in a band and worked at a record store, and it was like, how the hell do you afford this $8 zillion a month habit? And then he like completely stopped and everybody was coming up with kind of hypotheses that maybe he'd been stealing all these records, and then he had to, which that could be potential slander, I don't know, years later, but that he had to libel or whatever. He had to. I'm not a lawyer, but I am an alcoholic tonight. But yeah.
Whoa. I don't know.
Okay. So yeah, there were all kinds of people, but Teddy wasn't really around back then, but I've always liked Teddy. I've always enjoyed Teddy. He's had several different channels and different names and stuff. And Dwayne Lazarus was around, shortly after. There was a guy named River who was a great guy, and his girlfriend, his wife.
For
River,
all your fucking just diversity and just willing to
Tony, Mr. Fartboy 79 too.
Get along with everybody.
Yeah, he was a great dude.
From everywhere.
Yeah.
From every genre.
Yeah.
And just kind of led the fucking...
Well,
led the fucking way.
I wouldn't
for
say
everybody.
No, not really.
Fucking right it.
There are plenty of people.
Come on, let's go.
There are plenty of people don't like me.
Let's go.
Don't like my channel, and there's a couple people I didn't like. There was a guy who was a very well-known guy, French guy who lived in Australia, and his name was Big Star 1000.
I'll fuck him up.
Big Star 1000 really knew records really, really well.
I never
liked
him so
the guy.
hard.
I thought he was
If
the most
everybody
pretentious.
likes you, you're not doing something right.
I guess that's right. You can't. Everyone can't.
He
like
can come get some of that.
Mark Deadwax
He won't want-
told me that. You
won't-
don't worry about
none of
everybody.
that.
And that's how I feel about subscribers. Even now, I feel like they come and go, and I've actually tried to keep. This is going to sound really assholeish, but I really try to keep the channel small. I really don't want to have 18,000 subscribers because it would make me very uncomfortable.
If you're an inward need motherfucker, you ain't got no business around here.
Maybe so. I mean,
inward need.
Yeah.
Hey, get out of here.
That means that you mean
pussy, Jay.
That's the psychobabble. None of
that around here.
I personally feel that it's cool that people want to hang and learn and talk.
Just said he never liked that dude either.
He didn't like him either. Well, Aaron's cool, so he wouldn't like him.
I'm just joking around.
He knew records. He was a very, very knowledgeable.
People that have never watched, I say this, I've never said this on stream before. Let me just tell you this. People that have never watched wrestling in their entire life.
Yeah, probably won't understand your show.
Would think I'm an entirely
would think you're just a complete psychopath.
Psychopath maniac.
Right. When I was a kid, I learned that
Maybe
there's what are you gonna do? When Mikey Bananas comes for you, there's this whole. There's a whole wrestling. The people who are not Americans probably don't get it. They're like, "What's wrong with these guys? Are they just
well?" There's a lot. I got a lot.
Are they totally mental?
Well, okay.
What's the matter with these guys?
Well,
what are you gonna do when Mikey Bananas comes for you?
All right, let's go.
What's the matter with Mikey Bananas?
I should just skip the news.
Yeah, let's just jump. Let's go straight to it.
I'll do. Look.
All right.
When
does the gangbang start? Okay.
I'll boom it.
I drove a long way to get here.
I'll boom it. Let's go. I'll boom it. Let's go.
Boom, boom.
Okay.
Big news this week. Tool announced their new record. Also, literally today, they are now available for streaming on all services. Holy shit.
The whole back catalog?
Yeah. Oh my God. Big news. Oh, wait.
Well, iTunes went away, but it just went to other iCloud.
Right.
That's the biggest scam that. You know what? Let me tell you. Can I just go on a rant about Apple for a second?
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me rant after
This
this.
is a vinyl show. You do
And
it.
this
Sonic
is why
Youth's Neve console went on sale this week. It's on Reverb. $45,000.
Getting that or what?
Everybody, let's get it.
I would think.
How much you got on it?
I got
Donations.
$5.
Keep the
I got
donations
$5
coming.
on
We're going
it.
to buy that board.
Top Shot. Let's go, Top
I'm
Shot.
trying to buy one key.
It's $45,000. Let's get that Neve console.
I mean,
Let's
if
get
you
it
were
in here.
like a
How
.com
much does that board at Sound
gazillionaire.
City go for?
Like 207.
It's less than that.
But I mean, like now you can just do all that on a laptop, right? With like GarageBand.
No, sir.
What's the worth of it?
I don't know. I feel like Apple ruined a lot of things. And you know what I liked about
But
Apple?
with like the warmth.
Back when you had good design, they had the click wheel iPod. That's like a Telecaster. That could have lasted forever. Everybody, it was a perfect design. You could have bought a click wheel iPod for your whole life, and people would have, like, for decades would have bought that. Instead, they're like, nope, let's pull this off the market. You know what else sucks about Apple?
I have the classic.
Those things are going to be collectible because they were a perfect
It's
little
180
player.
It's 180
Fuck
gigs.
news, finish the
100 I have
Mexican
several
story.
of those.
Yeah.
Fuck news, finish the Mexican story.
You didn't hear the Mexican story? I've got more than that. There's more. There's more where that came from, but let me tell you, Mexico's always been a scandalous.
That takes a
place in
donation.
Shambles.
You can't finish a story without a donation.
And well, all I can say is
I'm just.
This is true evidence that Mikey Bananas is from North Carolina. This is the land of Jim
Whoa! Look here.
of Baker. Jim Baker.
Steve tells
Tammy
me all the
Faye.
time I should have been born a televangelist.
yeah.
Televangelist.
Well, you missed your calling, sir. You could have been a gazillionaire. Right
I
now.
must have missed my calling. Go what? The Melvin song.
Yeah. Very nice. Well, what a pretty voice you
My
have.
calling.
You should be on TV. Just tell them.
Don't tell me that now.
The Lord needs your money.
He played a barbecuesman one time on TV.
I've been
Is
on
that
TV
right?
a whole
Oh.
lot.
Do you remember Jimmy
Scotty
Swagger?
Stricknine says we didn't hear about the housekeeper.
Oh, you didn't hear about the housekeeper? Well, she was like
at
a
least give him
15-year-old
that.
girl. This is going to sound really pedophiliac, but she
Okay.
was like, she worked there.
That's-
Like, she didn't go to school. She just did all their dishes and cleaned their house and stuff. And she was kind of like,
Hey,
almost
Rock
like
Chica.
Alice was on, on...
Yeet.
What was the show where they had the Brady Bunch and Alice was like, she just lived there and just like, she was just like their house bitch or whatever. Like
Brady
this-
Bunch?
Right.
Brady Bunch?
You remember? That's like before your time, Steve. You're a young man. But yeah, Alice. She was the one in the center of the Brady Bunch who was like the housekeeper,
Right.
and like she's not a member of the family. She just works
dated
there. She's
Sam.
hired help.
Sam the Butcher.
Butcher.
Is that the mafia member? Sam the Butcher?
Sammy
Sammy the Butcher.
He's
Gravano.
really neat. He will trim your fat. He will.
Uh-huh.
Jay,
Wow,
Somebody
Jay.
serve your meat. That was
Serve
a
your meat.
dude. Let me tell you. Okay, I know we're dragging on here. Me and Jay were in this band in high school called Pork Chop.
You're damn right you were.
I wrote these lyrics called "Meet Sam the Butcher. He is really neat. He will trim your fat. He will serve your meat." Boom, down. And Carl, the envelope came in with
Yeah.
the bass line on that bass.
On this
Legit that bass.
thumping- Yeah. And that's when we were like,
Okay.
it was just fucking,
Yeah,
Primus.
if you notice, it's left-handed bass.
Yeah, I did
I
notice that.
strung it upside down.
Hendrix style.
It was Carl's bass. Okay.
You know what I'll tell you, like the Lyndon Claypool Delirium
Yeah.
made me feel like I was listening to Sailing the Seas of Cheese again. I was like,
Come
this
on,
is so
let's
cool. I was
sail the
nerding
seas
hard
of
when I heard
cheese.
that.
I love
I think they're quite good. And my brother just saw them. And who are they with?
Jay
man? They
says
they were
Merciful
with,
Fate is going to tour in 2020, right, Jay?
That's correct.
Tell me about it.
They're
Yeah,
reuniting.
he just sent me like a text of
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm at, and Lyndon Claypool
really
Delirium
big
is
stretch.
opening, and it was
You
like
might
cool.
wanna keep
I'm
that.
going to save all
Another
this.
cool bit.
I'm
Flaming
saving all
Lips.
The
this.
Flame, yeah, he went to the Flaming Lips concert, and
Wouldn't that
Lennon
be
Clay.
killer?
Yeah, that would be a killer show. I've seen the Flaming Lips like several times, and I felt
Have
like
you?
I was tripping, and I was like 13,
Yeah.
like it was very.
I'm 13
It
right now.
really,
I
I
saw
feel like I'm
Mugfest.
13. I do. Oh, you did?
In Asheville.
So you guys have a lot of cool festivals here.
Well,
You have Burl
it was
Fest and
cooler
Moog
when it was
Fest,
in
and
Asheville. They moved it to Durham.
still, I mean, how far is Durham from here? Not that far.
Same distance, but Asheville's just a cooler place to be.
That's what I've heard.
Fucking right it
I've
is.
never been to Asheville, and I'd love to go.
Let's go.
Good record store.
Mini golf tournament. What do you think about that out there?
Well, I'm not much on golf. I'm like the horrible.
But
No,
I'm
the
a
thing
mini
is,
golf.
High
Putt
Point-
putt.
even putt I suck
the
at.
thing is, High
I'm
Point,
just
North
not
Carolina
cut out
has
for
one of
golf.
the still one of the only original
Yeah, like
putt courses.
4
Well, in
miles
the Air
from here.
Force, they always have these like, charitable, fucking. All these assholes always get out of work all the time to go golf. So it's like, fuck, I want to get out of work, 'cause I want to go to this golf thing. And then like I went and like. They had this like plastic beaver thing. It was like
Do
way the
you-
fuck over here. And I was supposed to be shooting the ball over there, and I was like, "Rah," fucking hit the plastic beaver. I almost killed somebody. There was old people like way over here, and I sliced so bad, like directly like in front of me. I
Do-
almost killed 2 old people.
Do you or do you not know Chappie?
Chappie?
Yeah.
You mean like the robot from that one movie or whatever? Or is it the different Chappie?
Fucking
Is that like a hobo,
Iron
a homeless
Eagle.
guy? Oh, Iron Eagle Chappie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to
Can
tell
you get in there to
something.
get me some?
The bad thing
maps?
about putt, no beverage cart. Yeah, like to me, if you're golfing and you're still
Rock
sober,
Chicken,
like
thank you for joining us. God, I appreciate you.
really, like if you are
Rock
taking
Chicken's
golf
cool.
seriously enough to still be sober, like what's the problem? You know, to me, it's like you should be cracking several brewskis. I mean, I just can't even. It was a total accident. It felt terrible.
What did you do?
I had a friend of mine in the mouth with a golf club playing putt-putt. Yeah, I think we're at the same skill level, Aaron. Like, I'm the world's crappiest. Like, I'm an awful.
That's called. You know what that's called?
What?
Lack of fucking aggression.
Well, you gotta,
You gotta hone in.
Yeah. You gotta beat somebody to death with a golf club.
You
or
didn't
it's
stretch
not
out
even-
first.
Right.
How were your quads before you got into it?
They were tight.
They were fucking virgin. Because you got to get in there and stretch your quads out.
Yeah.
Squat down.
Yeah. So you're telling me stretch and squat.
It's
stretch
all
and
about
squat.
stretch and squat.
Like taking a crap.
Whoa.
Pretty much.
Whoa. All right, let's go. Wait, what is that? All that's empty. It's empty. I don't know what to do about it.
I don't know
Let's
either.
go.
You're the
I don't-
pro.
What
Boom.
we played? What we
Boom!
What we played.
What we played.
All right.
Big time stuff. Let me tell you, folks. We
Alright.
have never, ever played records like this tonight.
Oh, you got the stack. There we go.
Jesus Christ, I tell you,
Tried to bring some heat.
we have never played records like this.
I actually didn't even play the stuff I wanted to play. We needed
tonight.
like all day.
Ever.
Night's young.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
We're
gonna
here.
so much.
We're doing
How did
it.
that shot get like that?
It's pretty. They got pretty.
This one?
No, the
Got
fucking
pretty.
camera too is all fucking wonky and
Wonky
shit.
the donkey.
That's, you know what?
Oh, what happened there? That's you. That's this shot.
Huh?
I'm behind on you.
No.
On delay. I see Jay.
No, it's over there or wherever that
I
is.
see Jay.
But anyway, this is some stuff.
I'll fix it when I see it.
Growing Record Night rules. I played a couple of records that were on the table from last week. This is I think a cameraman record. For some reason, it's still in my stack. Jimmy McGriff and Groove Holmes, Giants of the Oregon, come together. If you guys ever see this, Jesus Christ.
Giants of Oregon. I saw a
do
website called something like that.
Look, this is a staple for us.
Monsters of Folk.
Monster record.
Giant organs.
Monster record.
But yeah, I would actually say that Jimmy McGriff. Well, one of the
My phone
reasons
is
why is
bonkers.
because O'Donnell Levy's on guitar with Bernard Purdy on drums, and George Freeman on guitar too, which is a sick
shuffle.
band.
Going nuts over
But
here.
yeah, I made a whole video about jazz organ. I'm a huge jazz organ nut. I actually brought some jazz organ records and stuff.
Did you?
I love Jimmy Smith. I love Jimmy McGriff. I love Groove Holmes. I love who are some other great jazz? Shirley Scott. And
Shirley Scott, who was
she's
in
also wonderful.
she was like engaged or married to Jimmy Smith. Did you know that?
I did
one
know
time.
that. Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah,
they made
they're-
an album together too, which I might still have. I don't recall now.
I've got a Shirley Scott album.
Charles Earland was a great example. There are actually many great jazz, and I mean, people really sleep on jazz organ, but it's like those are cheap
Oh,
records, and oftentimes
totally.
they're dope as hell.
This was left on the table from last week. They Might Be Giants. Join Us, which is a 2011.
Late.
Can I tell you that I really enjoyed this?
This
and
was
I
fun.
was surprised at
Fun
how
record,
great
bro.
this was.
Totally fun.
Because when I think of They Might Be Giants, I think of like corny, like almost novelty songs from
Steve's
the
a
90s.
big fan. I didn't know much about them, but I found a shit ton of them at a Goodwill, like
Yeah.
randomly, with a Morphine record.
Well, Morphine was a great 90s
Yeah,
band.
Morphine was great.
Jay and I were vibing about 90s music, and it's like there's something was happening then. It's just so different from what we get today. But they were very creative. This record, I think, was from the 2000s, though, right? This was
2011.
Yeah, 2011.
That late.
This I think was great. I was really surprised by.
Whoa. First pressing goodness. What's up, everyone?
Word.
Had to do a double take. Zeke in the house. Woo! That's right, baby.
What's up? It's only a 4-hour drive, so
Oh,
maybe
man.
maybe if I play my cards right, I can come back some
For
other-
all our new folks, please, if you're on our YouTube channel or our Twitch channel, which we're on both, please like and subscribe. Please.
Smash that
follow.
like. Smash that like button.
Smash it. Smash it.
You gotta mash that button.
You busted this one out. I know Wayne Kramer
This
from.
is a good one. This is when I arrived.
Yeah,
When the shit
from.
was-
I know Wayne Kramer from
MC5.
MC5. Never heard this record.
I actually bought this today at
Oh,
Hippo Records here
okay.
in Greensboro,
It's a dig.
North Carolina.
Richard Riley is joining us live.
And
Holy shit,
and
Richard!
This
thank
is
you
a
so much,
distinctly
bro.
90s sounding album with the blurb by Henry Rollins on the
Henry
back.
Rollins does the liner notes on it.
They had last year they did the MC50 tour, which was MC5 50 years later, and Kim Thale from Soundgarden was in the band. He had a lot of real big name guys and stuff. I thought that was a great record. I didn't know. I know Wayne Kramer. I didn't know that album. I thought it was very 90s sounding, but very excellent. He also does a lot of free jazz now. He actually basically got turned out from rock to jazz while in prison. Red Garland was in prison with him. There was a bunch of jazz
Really?
cats
That's
in
where it
prison
came
with
from?
him. That's right. He was a junkie and he went to prison for a long time.
Holy
And there was
shit,
a bunch of junkie jazz musicians in there. They
Sure.
were and he got put on to jazz. Recently, he had a signed thing on Record Store Day that was all free jazz, which is also a
So is
killer
he the
record.
guitarist and singer for MC5?
That's right. He's
Get
the
your
one
mic,
who-
Steve.
That's
right
right.
here.
Okay.
I'm on
Yeah,
it, dude.
Wayne
You're on
Kramer's
it.
is cool. Wayne Kramer's really cool. It's like one of my heroes.
You busted this out.
Yeah, this
I
would
don't
be an
know-
Aaron the
I
Metal
don't know
Theologian
Canada.
record. This is Witch Killer. I owe Aaron the Metal Theologian for this band, I'm sure. And Aaron.
What are you doing
I
here?
can't remember other Aaron's YouTube handle now. Aaron, I'm sorry, man. This is what's tough is people for so long. I just call everybody by their first name, and it's like there's multiple
Actually,
Aarons.
one of the
and-
Aarons doesn't have a YouTube handle.
Not anymore. You mean Aaron? What's the other?
Aaron Griffin?
No,
No,
the
no.
other Aaron from Hearwax. What's his? Day
Oh,
of the
Aaron. I knew you were talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We just lost a subscriber.
He's a big stoner rock guy.
Did we? Yeah. Yeah. Right.
He's a big stoner rock
Well,
guy.
Aaron, I've known Aaron for forever, and he hasn't made YouTube videos in years, and now I can't remember his YouTube handle
Yeah.
anymore. Sorry.
Beardman. He's a beardman.
Yeah, that's right. He has a beard. He had to cut his beard down because he was really intimidating. Yeah, that's some kind of reissue thing, I'm sure, on Metal Blade, but it's still quite good. It was-
Yeah,
it was-
Richard, big crowd tonight.
And Jay and I
brother.
were vibing about 80s, new wave of British heavy metal, and how we were 90s kids, and really that was before our time, and now it's
Mr.
I love
Bizarro?
that stuff. Mr. Bizarro, that's right. That was his YouTube handle. I've just called him Aaron for years, and he's from New Jersey, and he doesn't really make YouTube videos anymore. He loves
Yeah.
camping, and he's a painter, professional painter.
Steve brought this into the mix tonight. Steve, tell us about this.
I forgot about it.
Let's go!
Does Charlie Daniels?
New Burt Reynolds.
Is that the new Burt Reynolds
Let
album?
me see that.
I love
Mis-
Burt Reynolds, by the
Mr.
way.
Burrito?
Some, 70.
Dude, band name.
Mr. Burrito.
This
Mr.
is
Burrito.
76.
76.
Steve,
It's called
Jay.
Saddle Tramp.
Saddle
Mr. Bur-
Tramp.
This would be in my top
Charlie
three
Daniels
Charlie
Band.
Daniels Band albums.
It's a good one.
If you love Southern rock,
And
this is not on Capricorn.
What I
This
love
is
about
on
Charlie
Epic.
Daniels Band, at times it sounds like the Allman Brothers. It's got that kind of
Allman
Southern
Brothers?
rock, but yeah,
Right.
it's,
Pull out
it's,
this
it's
wasabi
jazz.
almond,
It's like jazzy Southern rock.
I love the Allman Brothers.
They-
I just read Greg Allman's autobiography.
They step
Greg
outside
Allman.
of the
That's
typical Southern rock.
Yeah,
Greg Wasabi
Mold.
Almond.
I was gonna save these for Chip Chats, but
That's
all
wasabi
right.
almonds. Well, I could say
The
is
Allman
Greg Allman-
Brothers.
That's right.
Allman.
Greg Allman did a lot of things that you forget. Like he married Cher
Yeah.
and made a disco album with her, which is a complete turd.
I wouldn't
Even
recommend
he-
either
he
one
did
of
a lot
them.
of
Even
heroin.
he admits, he did a lot of heroin and stuff. He also had illegit kids that he forgot
I know
about.
a guy.
like-
I know a guy
he
from
narked
Macon
on
that
one
took
of
the
his-
fall for him.
Yeah, you know that guy because he talked about him in his autobiography that people were like narc because he narked on one of his boys.
Steve knows people. I don't bring people on this show that don't fucking know shit. I know people that fucking know
These are my
shit.
jam, by the way.
Yeah, there's a go.
Oh man, eat that whole thing. Get that
Let's
way.
go.
No carb.
Look, folks. We've shown a lot of records here on the program over the years. What, fucking 7 years?
Has it been that long?
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
You guys know. 7 years of records we've shown. This is the most nonchalant, low-key weird flex I've seen in 7 years. This record was spinning. I'm like, yo, man, this is a great record. Who's this? Oh, I don't know. It's this little band you may have heard of that Zeke brought.
This is the Moving Sidewalks Flash from '68.
But it's not only them, but it's the what?
That's Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top.
And it's
And this is an OG.
an OG!
This was a gift from Jay Vinyl in the van, who's a hell of a guy.
Woo!
And Jay, I want you to know, I have a record headed your way.
That.
This is a great record, great psych record, Texas
dude.
psych band.
Oh my God.
I got this band coming your way, Jay.
Oh, look at here,
I
Jay.
brought this. We didn't play this, but
Vinyl
this is
in
an
the
OG.
van.
I brought it to
Vinyl
show
in
here.
the van.
I want to tell just a little quick shout out to Jay. What a hell of a great guy he is.
He's a good guy.
First, he's an awesome musician. He's a super cool guy.
Yeah.
Who's turned me on to all kinds of stuff. Who grew up in like Minnesota at the time of like Husker Du and
He's the best.
the Replacements and all the like cool Minnesota punk shit. But he also was like into like this. He turned me on to this band who I knew nothing about. I just he's just a hell of a nice guy. And I was like, Jay, that's an expensive record. That please don't send me that because I mean then I'm gonna like be indebted to you. And this is the part of
Talking about
VCLT,
the moving sidewalk.
the Moving Sidewalks, which is like a really expensive, like probably the most expensive record I have. And it was a gift from a guy I've never met in real, like.
So this album, I think Mikey Bananas has it, but he doesn't have an OG like this.
No. I've streamed it.
And the reissue has a
You have a
different.
Tad record,
Yeah,
but
you
not
have.
this
You
one.
have.
Oh,
that
no,
record.
the
you have
Tad.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
the Tad
yeah.
record.
I have the Tad reissue
With a different
that
cover.
that Shane sent me because I was hyping
This
it
is
up
a
so
lawsuit
much.
cover. They found this
That's
photo of this
bonkers,
dude,
man.
like just like copping a feel from his girlfriend or whatever, and then this couple was still together. Like,
Really?
well, this was the '90s, and this is photos from the '70s, right?
Yeah.
So they were like, they sued him. They were like, you got to get rid of that cover. So this is the original lawsuit cover, and that's why the
Ah.
reissue has a
That's
different
right.
cover.
You don't have
And
the same
also
cover.
the
It's
other
a
law-
1991.
the other lawsuit is they say Pepsi.
Pepsi sued him too.
Yeah, Pepsi sued him
Really?
too, and I was like, no, bro, you cannot say Pepsi.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Multiple lawsuits. But Jay, this is coming your way. But I brought it here just to
That is
just to
a-
tell everybody what
Jay.
a great guy Jay is. That it says a lot about him. I was like, Jay, don't send me that. I don't want that to come between us. That's like a big gift for somebody you've never met in person. He was like, it's just a record, man. Just don't worry about it.
What a dude, man.
That's a hell of a thing.
Let's
to
go.
do,
Let's go, everybody. Hey, firm
He's a-
handshakes.
And that really,
Yeah,
and that
let's
really
go.
is like the spirit of the thing. That's the true spirit of VCLT. But I can tell you the problem with VCLT is people send you stuff, and then you're like, oh man, like, I got to kind of reciprocate, or I forget, or I'm busy with life, and it just becomes complicated. And
I've run
you know.
into I can't compete with you.
yeah,
And I
it's
don't.
hard- well, and
I can't even.
And people like just randomly we used to send me just all kinds of stuff, and then I'd forget where it even came from, and it just was like, oh man, like now I don't even remember who sent me this, and how, it
I
just
would
got
even-
complicated
like,
at some point.
I'll come mow your grass, but I can't buy a record that you don't have because I don't know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know what you have or
I'll
don't
fucking
have.
help you move, son.
Well,
but
it's
I
just
just don't-
complicated.
Well,
I'll tell you what happened
I
one
may
time.
not help you move.
This guy named Jeff in Texas, and
Yeah.
I found this kind of rare record, and
Steve.
he wanted it, and he said, you know what would be easier than making a trade is, he said, just go online and buy a record, and I'll pay, pick out a record, and I'll buy it for you,
What's
it's,
this,
it's
Steve?
complicated to,
Get into it. Let's go.
So I think 06, I think this came out. Beatles Love, which is some
Wasn't it a show in
remixes.
Vegas or something?
It was a Vegas show. The music actually is remixed with George Martin and George Harrison's son, I believe.
Danny Harris.
Danny Harrison, thank you. It's some really cool kind of mixed mashups that they do. They do a really good job with it. So.
It was nice.
Get in the shot, Steve. Get in the wide shot.
I think at the time, as I recall,
I see your head in there, Steve.
Love was
My
an
head?
unreleased track, right? It was like Love, Love, Love or something. It was like a,
I don't remember.
I think the song Love or something was like a, there was at least one track that had never been released, as I recall. I'm sure the Beatles people could tell. Where's me, Mr. Mayo? He could probably tell us.
He probably doesn't like me.
Well, I mean, he probably doesn't like me either,
That's
but
cool.
it's fine. Everybody can't like you, Mike.
But no,
That's all good.
no, that's all right.
That's fine.
That's why we went from like 492 to 494 subscribers.
Yeah.
For like a fucking year.
yeah.
Legit a year.
Well, that dude.
502. Let's go.
Mr. Mayo's got to have one of the most well-populated shows on the whole thing, but because he modeled a show after reality TV, and I think that people understood it. I heard that TLC wanted to actually
Dude,
make a
got a
real
text.
show.
Legit.
I heard.
Got a text from Metal Theologian.
Yeah.
Make sure Zeke signs the guitar.
Oh, I already did.
Dude, he
Way
did it.
ahead of you.
He did it before we got drunk.
Next was Led Zeppelin 3.
It's not
I think
my
we heard
version.
the companion LP on here. It's got
More camera.
a little camera.
Flip the screen out.
Sorry.
Flip the screen out on the camera, Steve.
Oh, so I can see it?
Yeah.
I'm just fucking
But
the camera.
don't fuck it up. Just flip the screen out. Maybe don't fuck the rest of it up. Just flip the screen out.
Flip out.
You're fucking it up, Steve. You're fucking it up.
Look,
Damn it, Steve.
There.
There we go.
You got to keep your head on swivel out there. Get out in the game.
One or the other.
You got to do your job.
Not
All
both.
right, there
Do your
you
job.
Not both.
Although there's a big menu in my way. Hold
Can I
on.
tell
Do a menu.
Can I tell you about my 7th grade football coach? He used to
Let's
get in the
go.
huddle and he used to start playing with it. He'd be like, "All right, guys, we're gonna get in there. All right, then it's gonna be a hard left." And it was like easy on the joystick, there, coach. I mean, he was like, it was like, dude, you're taking this far too seriously. But I mean, anyway,
Anyway,
You know, this time there was one time.
this was
I
great,
wanted
by
to
the
play
way.
this because on the companion there's a version of what we know as Bronyer Stomp, but it's just a
All electric.
It's an electric
Get into it, Steve.
acoustic. I'm sorry, instrumental version that's called. What's it called? Jazzer's Farm or something. Jennings Farm Blues, and they
It was
do-
killer,
They also
too.
do Key to the Highway, which they do in the same vein as when they did Hats Off to Roy Harper.
Hats off to Larry.
There you go.
By the way, I just want to say this. Steve's an awesome guitar player and
Well.
can do like all these Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page, like the thing. It was killer.
I'm not the guitar player. But
Well, he's a great singer too, but loves Led Zeppelin. And this was very nice. In fact, I think I'm gonna have to buy this now because I was really surprised.
Three's one of my favorites.
Yeah, what a great
There's
album!
a
and
lot
to
of
hear that-
acoustics on there.
Yeah, it was fantastic. All the acoustic guitar, and there was some like straight down blue, like real Sonny Boy Williams. Thought your eyes were messed up for a second there. Yeah, this is wonderful.
What the hell was this?
Battered Ornaments. It's almost like a Canterbury Prague thing. That's
Got some
funky,
comments
though.
on this one now.
Yeah, this is an expensive record that I made a trade with this like real hardcore jazz snob type dude who lived near in Denver. You know, this is Pete Brown, was connected to this band, and this is one of the expensive Harvest records. It's like worth pretty big dollar
Did you, ever
because
do, did you ever do a vinyl deal at Denny's?
oh man, I mean, there's been some real shady deals that have gone down, but I've never been robbed while making a deal. So hey,
I mean,
this
let
is
me
in
ask
great
you
condition though.
though. You go from like little kid,
Yeah,
Indiana.
yeah. Chris Spedding was on this too. One of the great guitarists of all time.
I
One of
know
the huge
from
fans.
there to San Antonio.
Yeah. Well, no, I went to college too at Indiana University.
Okay.
Yeah. So I lived in Bloomington, Indiana too.
Bloomington.
Right.
College.
Sort of
So let's just say
stepping stone.
college, Indiana.
Yeah. Right.
San Antonio,
Yeah.
Colorado.
Yes.
In general. Let's
Yeah.
lump it all together.
Yeah.
Virginia,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
How did each of those influence the way that you like listen to or appreciate music? Anything that like stands out, like maybe not every stop, probably not every stop.
Man, you know what I was thinking today, to be straight with you, on the way
Yeah,
over
yeah.
here?
Let's go. Let's get straight.
It's like, in my mind, like nothing has changed since the 90s. The only thing that's changed since the 90s is, like, America still looks exactly this. I've been all over this country, man. I've been to 2 county fairs and an ass-kicking contest. You know what America really looks like? Not all this bullshit you see on TV. It looks like highways and shopping malls and farms and factories and fields and subdivisions and small brick homes and like everywhere you go in this country, that's what this country really looks like. And I hit a Goodwill on the way over, and I'll probably hit a thrift store or a Goodwill on the way back, and I was doing that in '94, and I'll probably be doing that in the year like 2040. Change.
Let's go.
Nothing's ever. The only thing that's different is now I got a smartphone and there's the internet, and that obviously
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be here without the internet. Internet's a game changer,
yeah, sure.
huge game changer for all of us. But other than that, nothing's changed for me. I'm still doing, and I still find the exact same records. As a matter of fact, at the Goodwill, I found a record that I've been finding for years. I found this record, which was weird because they had a bunch of New Zealand pressing.
Yeah.
This is like one of my top 3. I buy this all the time at the Goodwill. This is
Yeah,
like
that's a top 3
New
for me.
Zealand pressing of this. And this is a
Whoa.
cheap, like, Goodwill
weird.
kind of record that I think is a great.
Goodwill, New Zealand.
So, look, check out this label, man. CBS Coronet. It's
What?
New Zealand. Yeah, it's
Like
really.
an octagon.
Yeah, and they had a bunch of New Zealand records
What?
there. You could tell it's like the shiny cover. So I was like, this is foreign of some kind. And I was like, man, I don't think I've ever seen a New Zealand record. But anyway, I don't need this at all. I have like multiple copies of it. But I pick it up and I just give them to people. And, you know, if you guys want that, take that, you know.
Wow.
And another one, my top, I was kind of talking about this, you know, full disclosure, we were discussing this prior to the show, but this is Mikey's record. This is Gets Gilberto 2, but Gets Gilberto 1, which looks like this same cover, but it's got like a brownish kind of
Yeah, I've got it up there
Orange, yeah.
somewhere.
yeah, orangish cover. That would be one of
It was
my.
actually the highest selling album of the year of that year.
Okay, so that sold a lot of
63
copies, and those are constantly. So that was a hit record too back
Oh yeah,
then.
this was a hit. But that Gilberto
Yeah.
Gets album was like #1 seller.
I'm not surprised by that.
Numero uno.
And that would also be one of my top 3. Like I see this kind of stuff constantly at the Goodwill, and it's excellent.
Is it
excellent
black and
music.
silver? Black and silver Verve?
Oh, I don't know.
Is
Pressing.
it? Let's pull it out.
Is this one? This is
No.
a yellow label.
That's promo.
He's sad.
Oh, this is a not for sale disc
Or-
jockey record.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's not for sale.
Promo. That's right.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
it's-
I don't have
if
this
it's
by the
for
way.
real, it'd be
I don't
black
think I
and
have
silver.
number 2, but and then the
Black
other
and
one would be
silver.
the Moody Blues record we're talking about. Days, not Days of Future Past, but the one with the Knights in White Satin and
That's
the, with
Days of
the
Future.
is it?
Nights and
Yeah.
nights.
Whatever that like that, the one with the white, whatever that is. That is also a great thrift store record. I think I see that all the time.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like I was finding, it was always like that. Even in the '90s, it was like mostly like Christian records and polka and like Mitch Miller and
Dude,
fucking
I tell people that are
101
like,
strings and you know,
Franti Taisha.
I can never, I never
Right,
find people that I never find
yeah,
records at fucking Goodwill.
right.
Because you don't go back enough. Perseverance is the key.
It's all about who got there before you. And you have to
Absolutely.
go all the time. And there are people who are like professionally going. Like,
Dude.
my dig of the week, I don't want to blow it, but
No.
it
Don't blow it.
goes right into this, you know.
But like, for sure, I do something different now. But when I was a news photographer, I was in a different city every week, every day, every month, every whatever. I went through 12 Goodwills a week. Legit. Every week.
You're traveling.
I rotated. And I scraped them out like a fucking abortion.
Yeah.
Scraped them out every
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
I always got the good shit out of there. People like, I always go by Goodwill and they'll never have nothing. It's
You
like,
aborted the Goodwill?
because you go fucking once every month. No.
Right.
You've got to fucking just hit.
You gotta be
hit,
aggressive.
Hit.
You gotta get your head in the game, all right?
And
We're gonna get out there, okay?
and nobody could have done that.
Honk the horn and lead the parade.
I did that all on the clock, so
You're right.
I don't expect anybody to do that. But that's how I scored so many times at Goodwill. Because it's so many times a week per week. I was up on it, and
It's directly proportional to how much you do it.
Absolutely.
How much you go. And
absolutely.
if you go once in a while, you won't find anything. If you go every single day, you're gonna find
And like
more.
today, I went to a spot. The records were like, okay.
Jazz Nomad, man. I used to watch his videos all the time.
Charlie Bird and Woody Herman.
I saw a Charlie Bird record there and I left it.
But also, and I picked up a fucking pinball PS2 game, which was a better pickup.
I would actually say you're more likely to be successful at the Goodwills and the thrifts and stuff if you're branching out into multiple things. Like I'm going to collect the video games and toys and old skateboards, and you're
just-
more likely to find stuff. And especially if
Yeah.
you network, like in my local area, there's like a vintage stereo guy. There's a guy who takes drums apart and sells the
Yeah.
pieces. There's guys who like sell all records. There's guys who do
Yeah.
cassettes. There's guys who do horror movies on
Oh.
VHS. If you know all these guys and you know you can trade, then you can create a network. It's like, well, I just
Here we
found,
go.
you know,
Let's go!
that would be one of my tips.
Rib tips. You see that
Just a
sign?
tip. Just a tip.
you see that sign over there that says rib tips? No, you want to go over there.
I love rib tips.
I'm from St. Louis.
And the burnt ends.
Burnt ends.
Burnt ends of the barbecue. Oh, that's the money right there.
Oh, we're going somewhere tomorrow.
Yeah, we should.
No.
I could get. Oh yeah, it is an excellent band name, and I've
Dude.
thought the same thing myself. Jay.
Yeah, that's
Great
right.
minds, Jay.
Burnt Ends, a blues band
Fuck yeah.
called Burnt Ends.
Yeah.
Let's
Burnt
go.
ends. Let's
get
that.
aggressive.
I'll join a
Holy
blues band with
shit.
you. Did we just become best friends? Let's go in the garage and do karate.
I was looking for it. I got it. That's my favorite one.
We
Is it
should
a C?
make bunk beds.
Is
We
it
could
a
do
C?
more activities.
Is it a C?
Oh, here we go. Blind Mikey Bananas.
Yeah, we got time for this.
Let's just jam on this for the next 45
We got
minutes.
plenty of time.
All the time in the world.
I'm sorry, everybody. Oh, shut the drawer!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Burn
Uh,
ends. Kansas City burn ends, Nate
Okay.
said. What's up, Nate?
Hey, Nate. I love you,
Good
bro.
to see you.
Dig of the week.
Yes, sir.
I gave it to you.
Okay.
I gave it to you.
So at a Goodwill, this would be another tip that I would say is
Rib tip.
if I meet other guys digging at the Goodwill, I talk to them. I say hello. Now,
too.
I don't know if you live in
Me too.
if you live in Los Angeles or New York, maybe you don't want to do that. But if you live in
Me too.
that it's a good idea because they're probably record guys and they probably have a shit ton of records
Yep.
and it's like they're into the same thing you're into. And I talked to this guy's named Bill the Record Man, really nice guy. He sells
Bill's
records
Box
full
of
time.
Sound.
So Bill the Record Man
No.
has 500,000 records, and I went and dug one of his storage units. 500. Yes, he has 500,000.
You met him at
silver-
Goodwill.
I met him at a Goodwill years ago, like not years ago, but long time ago, prior to me going to the desert, and the Middle East
Okay.
and stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, I sell records full time, and you should come on out and look through my stuff sometime." And so he had called me before. Anyway, I met him again randomly this week when I was off work. So I
Yeah.
went to a storage unit. Dude's got boxes and boxes
And
stacked
he's-
upon stacked, and I bought a bunch of sealed soul stuff, and I bought some of it
This
to
is
show.
nuts. This
This
is
was the-
already nuts.
this was the
I don't know
second-
this because he's been here. I
This
don't know
is the
this.
second biggest dig I've ever been on in my life. The
Oh
first
my
biggest
God.
dig was an entire house of literally an entire house in the mountains. The guy sold records professionally and used to have like 3 stores.
Diggus.
The biggest diggus. So I got this record. This was not sealed, but still in shrink. Pillow Talk. This is Sylvia Robinson. This is I think she just went by Sylvia. This is Pillow Talk, and this is like a real sexy kind of whisper in your ear, like do me
Okay.
kind of booty music, sort
Ain't
of
nothing
baby
wrong with that,
making
brother.
soul from 1973. I would call this like light kind of sexy baby making soul. And then I got this
Yeah,
original, the originals. This is sealed. Look at this fucking band. Like, look at these guys. Can we get a zoom in on these mofos?
Woo!
And
let's go.
And let me tell you, Bill, he was the funniest dude. He's like a retired Air Force colonel, but he was like, yeah, I mean, look at, he was a retired full bird who's got 500,000 up records, and like we'd be looking at all
Like
these.
Chappie.
We'd be looking at all these, and this guy was like, he had bought everything at the Goodwill for like 30 years, and now sells these records for like $20, $30 each. But he was like, yeah, she needs to get it, you know. I mean, she needs to come over here and put it down on me. Like, it was all dirty, like old man talk the whole time, and oh man, it was fantastic. You know, it was so much fun. We had a ton of fun, and you know, just had like tons of stuff like this, and I'd be like, well, what do you got to have for this? He'd be like, just $2-3 or whatever. But I mean, I'll work with you. He was great to me. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff, and I traded him stuff too. See, I brought a bunch of stuff to play, but I also kind of brought some dig of the week kind of stuff. What was this? That's not it. There was a bunch of soul. I mean, I also picked up records too. But yeah, there was tons of soul, and like some of these he just gave me. Like this I didn't even really know about because the Dells have been really hit or miss for me.
Archie
And
Bell.
and this is a really good record that he recommended. And that's another thing about the VC that's powerful is like somebody says like you might like this, you're into that, you might like this, and it's like it's got a lot of validity and credibility because you're
Hands
like
down.
yeah, because it's like well if you
So,
know. So,
If you told
This used
me,
to be Archie Bell and the Drells, and Archie Bell is from Texas, but he lives in Jonesboro.
Really?
Just
Now.
outside of Winston-Salem. I met him.
Really?
Yeah.
I do have the
Dude.
Archie Bell and the Drells record and didn't know I didn't
Yeah,
know
you
the
did
connection.
2010 through
The
20.
tighten up. The tighten up.
I remember
Yeah.
the Tighten Up dance,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I have that.
2010 through
album.
2015.
Yes.
If you said a psych record is worth picking up,
Yeah,
I bought it.
really.
Hands
If you could
down.
afford it.
I would.
I didn't know it.
I would also say that
If it was
I-
50, 60 bucks, I didn't buy it.
I'm very wary of that, and I would say there's so many records I've shown. I bought this like real cheap, and I just saw Herbie Hancock this
Oh.
week. He badly disappointed me.
Dude, watermelon?
And this was the era of Herbie Hancock I really
And
like,
this
but
is awesome.
I saw him with Kamasi Washington. Kamasi Washington absolutely brought it and killed, and Herbie really badly disappointed me. It was very pretentious and very wanky and very lame. And then
Really?
yes. Then he had he had a keyboard player who's the producer of Kendrick Lamar's "To Pimp a Butterfly," and he played this real neutered bullshit organ. And then the guitarist played like this MIDI synthesizer bullshit and never bent a note the whole time. So he basically played
Wow.
synthesizer too. So it's like they're all deferring to him. Like you need 3 key players. Like then it was uber
whack.
wanky and lame, very
That's
whack.
whack.
But you know he's an old ass man. But this
Oh,
is when
that-
I liked Herbie. Was back.
Doesn't
then at
take
this
away
point.
from this record.
No. This is
At
like
all.
before I was born, so you know, and I'm
Sure.
turning 42 on Sunday, so this is great. And Herbie's made many, many great albums, and you know, you're a legend, you're an old ass man, you're allowed to
Dude,
suck
Rock
tonight.
Chicka,
It's okay,
don't pass that up.
but it was very much like a
Rock Chicka says Archie Bell's going to be playing here in the SATX in a few weeks.
really San Antonio, Texas. That's
Dude.
the SA, San Antonio.
Yeah.
Well, San Antonio is a great, great town, and you know, I had a great time. There's lots of lovely people there, a lot of beautiful women. The weather's great, the food is all good. You know, the women are all beautiful.
They have a
everything.
certain way of doing tacos.
When we lived there, there was no. The Riverwalk was there, but there were no like, you know, Planet Hollywood. and
What's their
all
tacos
that
like?
shit that's there.
What do they do with their tacos?
Well, you got 2 kinds of tacos.
It was
You got the real
food,
Mexican
street
street
food.
food, but then you've also got the Tex-Mex. In Mexico, what you call a taco is not like a Tex-Mex American taco.
Sure, of course.
What you would call like a burrito here, they would call a taco there. But typically, they tend to roll up a taco and fry it, to be honest with you. Tacos al carbon and stuff like this grilled street meat. That's legit. Real Mexican food in Mexico is totally different than American Mexican food.
I'm an Al Pastor guy.
The norteños and serranos.
I think me and Steve are both Al Pastor guys.
Oh man, that stuff is legit, man. The greatest street meat taco is pork and pineapple. I mean, that shit will
well, that's
blow your head off.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that is the greatest. That's Al Pastor, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
put-
That's
but
our favorite.
The
Love it.
What is it? The de cabeza, the head meat. That's also legit. But yeah, they have both. They have all kinds of. They have the real, authentic Mexican food, and then they have the Tex-Mex, which is also amazing.
Yeah.
Not exactly the healthiest thing.
Let's get in some more
I
dig of
gained
the
a
week.
shit ton of weight living.
What else you got?
Yeah, so 500,000 sold records. I didn't bring them all, of course. I did bring some other records just to play.
Bring some business.
I brought some records to play because that I thought you might like, and then we never quite got to them. But I brought some of my favorite like blues albums. Like I brought this. This is not a blues album, but this is Dorothy Ashby's Afro Harping.
Don't know this one.
Matter of fact, Jeff, the record man from Nebraska, was the first person to ever talk about this that I ever heard, and I thought it was an amazing record. This is like almost like an Alice Coltrane. It's jazz harp. This is a super dope record that also has this kind of 70s sort of.
Well, when you say harp,
funky
that's a
beat.
real harp. Not
That's
a
an actual
harmonica.
harp, not a harmonica. No,
Yeah,
a real harp. You know, very much like Alice Coltrane played,
Right.
and there were other jazz harp players. Some people at jazz played non-traditional instruments like Rufus. What's his name? Rufus Hurley played jazz bagpipes, and those are cool records.
Yeah, I've got a bagpipe jazz record.
Yeah, it's really weird, but it's really cool. This is one of my favorite blues albums of all time. This is Howlin' Wolf London sessions with members of the Stones and Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
So if you don't know this album, this is a 10 in my opinion. This
Yeah.
is an incredible album, I think.
Hey, Jay, would you hand me some sort of
great,
alcohol?
Some of these
Can?
songs were later done by like a lot of 70s bands like Savoy Brown and stuff, but this is a killer record, and all the playing on this is incredible. So yeah, Steve Winwood's
thanks,
on this
man.
too. Bill Wyman and Charlie Watts from the Stones, and Eric Clapton and Steve Winwood from Blind Faith at that point.
Okay.
But this is heat. If you've never heard this is a killer record. I wanted to play it tonight just to see what you guys think. And then
Yeah.
Serves You Right to Suffer, John Lee Hooker, is a monster blues record.
Oh my God.
So you right to suffer. So you're right to be alone.
John Lee Hooker is like, whoa.
He's kind of a
Whoa,
foot
whoa.
tapping, out of meter kind of,
He's-
but
no,
Chicago Blues.
he's
well, he's
I
from
tell you what he is.
Mississippi, but yeah, he's Chicago. They're all from
he's
Mississippi.
fucking perfect is what he is.
Well, it's just like
Nope.
what he accomplishes, what he does with so little.
He's in the Blues Brothers movie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Playing on the street in Chicago.
Yeah.
They're all from Mississippi. Muddy Waters
Oh, yeah,
is from
yeah,
Mississippi.
yeah.
Howlin' Wolf is from Mississippi, but it's all Chicago Blues because they went from Mississippi to Chicago. Everybody knows that, I guess. But yeah, I did bring some other. I'm just a nut job for that kind of stuff. This one, Chris Astral Traveler John Coltrane 68 told me about this record. Free beer and chicken.
Come on, baby.
This is a heater.
Don't bring it so strong with us now.
And of course John Lee Hooker with Candy, John Lee Hooker with the Groundhogs. Those are all killer records.
Yeah,
But
it's a
I
great
love this record. This is a
Beer and chicken.
free beer and chicken. It's really about heaven.
Christ.
It's really about heaven. That's the theme of it.
Goddamn right it is.
And it's this would be like,
Goddamn right.
I would call this like almost like more like psychedelic inspired, kind of like when Muddy Waters did the Electric Mud.
The Electric Mud. That's what I was
Yeah,
going to ask.
killer record. And
I passed on that once for $15.
oh, it's a
I
monster.
should have probably bought
Beast
it.
mode. That has a bunch of like jazz players that are just playing just for the money and stuff. You
Yeah.
know, they're trying to capitalize on the hippies
Sure.
that are into blues and stuff. It's a killer record. That's a little bit of a library. I mean, honestly, it's a little bit of a knockoff deal, but it's still a cool record.
Yeah.
And at the time, everybody was like, "This is shit." Now everybody wants it, but
Yep.
there's actually several records like that. Chubby Checker did a psychedelic record called Checkered, which is like $100,
Really?
$200. Yeah, that's a
Are you
that's
serious?
a trippy record. Yeah, trippy record. There's a bunch of them that did that. Bo Diddley did a record called Black Gladiator, which is a real trippy. He kind of looks like
You got that one?
That's a
I
monster.
got the reissue.
That's
Oh.
a monster
Awesome.
record.
Oh, the
Awesome.
yellow and the
That's
Greeno.
right, yeah.
Greeno said he bought that.
He's wearing like that
because
leather outfit with the
Yeah,
chains on.
he looks like Isaac Hayes, like
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
at the Hollywood Bowl. just
anything
fucking-
Bo Diddley.
Oh yeah, Bo Diddley's killer, man. I
Nice.
just got some cool Bo Diddley record that blew me
Yeah.
away. But I would say there's more than that. Like Johnny Rivers did a trippy psychedelic record where he's doing all these Van Morrison covers and
That weird cover that you see in Goodwill
that's
sometimes.
right. Yeah, it's called like L.A. Not L.A. with Freeway, but I can't remember what it's
So
called.
don't
Something-
sleep on that Johnny
Is that
Rivers.
Crimson Clovers on there?
That's right. That's where he does all those kind of 60s songs and stuff. And, man, there were a bunch of them that did that. Link Ray famously did some records like that that are
From
really,
North Carolina.
Yeah, he's where's he from? He's
Rocky
from
Mount.
Hickory or Rocky Mount, yeah. He's connected to the Tidewater area, and his daughter lives there and does like whole like presentations on his life and his music and shows
Whoa.
all of his. Oh, it's
Whoa,
I
whoa,
really
whoa,
want to
whoa,
go,
whoa.
and she does it a lot. She
All
did
right.
it at the library right by me, and I missed it, and I was like, really.
Let's move it on. What else you got?
So I brought some other stuff just to show, just to geek out
Oh
about. but
Jesus Christ!
This
Zeke.
is my signed
Come on,
Beatles.
bro.
I found this at the flea market at the
Take it easy on us.
what is it, what do you call it, Mile High Flea Market in Denver.
My
And
piss
this is
bladder.
probably fake, but it's signed to Barry Fay, who is a famous Denver promoter who brought he
Come
brought
on, man.
U2. He was the first to bring U2 to the States, and the Beatles came to Red Rocks in '66. One of
You're
their only
bringing
American
signed
days.
Beatles shit onto a.
I don't know if this is real.
program.
This is probably fake, but I still
Okay.
just geek out over it because it could be
Okay.
real. Also, I found a signed John Coltrane record the same day.
Get out of here.
No, it's totally true.
Get out of my house!
They're both dollar records at the, so you can salivate over this if you want, or
Wow,
you could just
that's
be like, that's fake, fuck you.
nuts.
But I don't even want to get it authenticated because I don't even want to know.
But
Because if it's real, I got to sell it, and I don't want to do that. And if
you
it's
get-
fake, I'll just be disappointed.
there's something
So
else
it's
that's
just
nuts.
my balls.
Beatles wise,
Yeah.
bring it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, this is not as nuts. That was kind of the big thing. Lots of people have this, but so my wife's cousin like had this whole box of records she gave me, and I was like, "Have you ever heard of the Butcher cover?" And blah blah blah. She's like, "Yeah, I don't care, whatever." So I was looking for it, and then I found this thing, and I was like, "This is
Jesus
like a
Christ.
peel job. This is a peel job Butcher cover, right?"
Oh my
Everybody knows
God.
the story of the Butcher cover that Capitol put out this bullshit like record that they didn't like, and this was around the time of Roe versus Wade and stuff, and they were like, you know what, we're gonna make this real snotty punk ass cover
Abortion
with all
is green.
this abortion themed photo with these like meat and like baby doll parts that was really offensive. And of course, when they didn't even, because Capitol was too stupid to catch on to their wit and stuff, they were very witty. And anyhow, everybody knows this, I'm sure. But so my wife's cousin went out with she's really super good looking black chick, right? She goes out with my wife.
We got
She's
we got an
supermodel.
Insta or something.
I don't know if I've got pics. I mean, I might have nudes.
Let's go to an Instagram.
So anyway, she went out with my wife, and I was like, look, I've got it. I was like, I really struggled with this because I was like, maybe I should just not say anything. I was like, no, I have to do the ethical thing. I got to do the right thing. She might want this. This is valuable, you know, even though I was totally like, oh my God. So anyhow, I was like, listen, there's something I have to tell you. And I think she thought I was going to say that I was like attracted to her, that I loved her, because I think a lot of guys have like, because she's like a 10 supermodel.
I'm big into butt stuff. So I don't know if you're into butt stuff, but like.
You mean with the girls or?
Well, in general.
Yeah.
But
who
general
isn't?
butt stuff?
But who isn't? That sounds like a real general's name. Actually, like, hello, general butt stuff. And you can't laugh. You have to be like,
What's so funny?
there was a dude named Chief Cum, and I was like, Chief Cum? This is true. And I was like, hey, Chief Cum.
I don't know how to.
But like, that's his real name, and I was like, it was spelled C-U-M. I was like, I shouldn't be naming names. This is a real guy. But
I don't know how to get
I mean, I'm sure that like
cursor.
My
cursor will
you
go
got
all the way
joke
over.
the man's
Beatles
name.
covered talking about General Cum and
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Right.
I can't make my cursor come all the way over.
So anyway, like, you know, I was like, listen, this thing was in this box of records. This is valuable and, you know, rare and stuff. She was like, I don't give a fuck. She was like, whatever,
Nate
nerd,
called
you know.
me abortion is green.
Okay, well, good to know. Good to know.
That's
Yeah.
nuts, bro.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Well, I found some other records today. Just digging. I think that your store here has some good prices, man. This was like $8 for this Thin Lizzy promo, Alive and Dangerous.
Whoa, that's a good one, man.
Yeah, this is like a really nice. I already have this record, but it was an upgrade. You know, it's like I gotta probably get this. You know, so that was a cheap record. Then this Hawkwind live record I got real cheap.
Whoa.
I love Hawkwind. If it says Hawkwind on it, I'm kind of into.
Of course.
Then I got
It
this
was
Gang
cheap,
of
you
Four
say?
promo, Solid Gold Gang of Four promo.
Wow.
OG. And then I got this
Gang of Four.
this Quatrain promo. This is
Nuts.
a little bit more expensive, but so you know, I spent like $100 no problem in there. You know, what did I pull?
Wow.
Go to sleep.
Here we go. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And I brought some records for you guys. I don't know if you guys have this stuff
Whoa.
yeah. So what happened was, I
Alert.
went to my son. He does like Taekwondo, and like I went to this place called Pro Music.
I'll fight him, bro.
Well, he's
What's
like
his
6
deal?
years old, so
I'll fuck him up,
he
bro.
might take you. It's gonna be-
Let's go. Let's set it
He's
up.
been using his shit on me all the time too. Like he's like punching me in the face and just like all kinds of stuff. I'm like, you're not supposed to be using on your daddy, you know. But anyway, this guy had records like 4 for $10, and then he like couldn't make change. He's the most broken. This was the jankiest music store I've ever been in. But the guy was like a total burnout stoner type. And he was like a cool guy. Like I liked him, but like he was like the laziest. And he had like an air mattress in there, like he lives in there and stuff. And I bought all these records, and I was like, well, I'll just bring some and see if you guys want any of these, because you know they were like 4 for $10, and I was like,
Yeah.
So I kind of hit a lick. I kind of actually wound up buying like 5. I think I got like 2 copies of this, or 3 copies of Paranoid, and 2 copies of, because I also got one at the 500,000 like, you know,
Dollar
storage
pyramid?
unit. Yeah, that would be cool. The storage unit thing
Dick
with all
Clark,
the.
he's alive.
Is Dick Clark still alive?
I gotta piss so bad.
Well, why don't you take a break? Can we go to commercial or?
Not yet.
Oh, it's
all-
bad for your bladder, man. That's not good for your
All I
stuff.
care is I'm wearing an XL shirt.
That's good for you, man. And
Let's go.
I'm proud of you, and I want you to know I've been watching your fitness journey and your weight loss.
Look at that now.
You know, good for you, man.
Some grab a hold of some of that. Well, let's go. Let's go.
I can't resist.
Okay.
Yeah. So I bought a bunch. I think I bought like 12 records from him for $30, and then he couldn't make change, and he wound up giving me a bunch more. And,
Wow.
kind of my jam. That's
I've
like
had
what
that
I
happen to
live
me a
for.
couple of times.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, man. Grab a couple more. That's $40. And I'm like,
All right. Okay. I mean, I guess you're spending $40 on records, but when you break down, that you just got like 15 records.
Yeah.
Like mathematically.
what else you got?
What else did I bring? So I brought Truth and Janie. I know that the first time I ever heard of this record was from Aaron, Mr. Bizarro. I'm sure told me about Truth and Janie. I had to settle for a reissue because the OGs have now gotten out of price range. But I would say that when I first started in the VC, can get really dangerous because, like you're saying, like somebody says, "Oh man, like you should get this," and then you're like, $300, and somebody else, like, you should get that. It's like $300. I'm like, fuck, I'm blowing like ridiculous money on it. I gotta take it easy. No, man, that's stupid, you know. So
when I listen to music, we drink and fucking
party on them, and you know, they drop
I'm not
them.
buying something like that.
I hear you. Well, that's the same thing. This is an expensive record, and I even then I could have had a copy for $50 when I was cool and didn't do it, but probably should have because now they're worth big money. This is also another reissue that's probably worth $1,000. These are both killer records. These are both hard and heavy, kind of like 70s rock.
Okay.
You know, like
Zior and what?
Truth and Janie, and the cover of this is like a
I
hand
know
reaching
Truth and
out of
Janie.
the Truth and Janie. This is a killer record. This
Corey,
both of these.
Corey did a thing about Truth and Janie.
Yeah. Corey's 70s hard and heavy.
Yeah.
Things, like those. That's a great series.
What a great series.
Yeah, I loved them all.
Oh my God.
I loved all that. I did one too, based on like just loving the love of Corey's. Corey does cool stuff. He also did like interviews with record store owners.
Yeah.
Corey's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I went to the record store in Indianapolis, right by Guitar Town, because Corey's like from Ohio or something. And
Yeah, he's up that way.
And I didn't even know that record store was there because of Corey's. And then the guy had like a prog section and like a rare 70s section, and it was a killer store. He loved prog. That was his. I think most people have their core of the stuff they really like.
And keep it in stock.
Well, it's just like Bill the Record Man loves 70s soul. He's of that age and he's of that demographic, and you know, like that's the core of what he loves, and that's what you know. You know, my buddy Steve's had a record store for 30 years, and he went to high school between 73 and 77. He loves punk and loves like all the rock and roll span of rock and roll, and that's what he knows and loves. It's like, it's hard to collect and sell records of stuff you really don't know. But you try to have a wide variety for everybody, but you really don't know everything. You know, like one genre really well. It's like,
sure,
you know, and if you're going to that guy, it's like you might as well get the records that he knows because he can put you on to those the best.
Sure, absolutely.
You know? Anyway.
All right, what else you got?
Damn, I don't know if I brought enough. So those Goodwill records I got, you know, like I got some weird, like, I kind of started picking these up because I can trade them to Bill and stuff, but I like to pick up these kind of like things I've never heard of, like Twangy with the Beat by Dean
cool.
Hightower.
It's a cool record. It's like a Dwayne Eddy record.
I was kind of hoping it would be like a Dwayne Eddy thing, but I have no idea what this sounds like. Then I got these like Frank Sinatra. This was kind of a cool thing.
I love Sinatra, man.
Well, I have this record, but it's this is like an upgrade of my copy. Sinatra records actually sell. You can sell these at the shows for $10 each, and you can find them at the Goodwill for $1 each.
Yeah.
Not everybody at a record show goes to the Goodwill constantly like I do, you know, or whatever.
What else you got?
This was a weird thing. Tiki Tunes, Peter Posa and his Golden Guitar, another New Zealand record, and I was just like, man, I gotta buy that because it's a New Zealand record of Peter Posa and his
legit, like pressed in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Check that out, dude. There was a bunch of New
Goodwill.
Zealand records. Yeah, from Goodwill, man. This is a Frank Sinatra record I don't have, and I do collect Frank Sinatra records.
Yeah, me too.
Still in shrink wrap. Collects.
Who's cooler?
Cool Porter.
Who's cooler than Frank Sinatra?
Oh, nobody, dude. Pussy getting this dude of all. Well, and nobody else does what he does.
No.
You know, I mean, it's like, who sings like that, you know? Like, this dude's got more nuts than fucking whole entire armies, you know?
Yeah.
Tom T. Hall. This is super, like, corny, you know, crackerish country that not everybody could get down on. And he was, like, really uncool. Really uncool dude, you know? And I love Tom T. Hall. Like this is so out of fashion and uncool. And his,
ducks.
That's how he said, yeah. Like, and that's a horrible song, and that was like his hit song.
That was big.
In the time of Nixon, when Nixon was like, this is the silent majority, he had an album called To the Silent Majority, and there was like a minor on it. It was just like, I loved it, but I love like this corny country. Well, I mean, it's nothing changes.
Sure,
you know? Then I got this upgrade Buck Owens and the Buckaroos in shrink wrap. I already have this album, but
whoa.
See, Buck Owens, man, is actually super dope. Yeah,
look at Jay's legs.
And the other thing about is that really he owes a lot to his partner, this guy right here. He owes a ton. Don Rich was really his partner.
This is his partner. Don Rich was the band.
Don Rich was.
He didn't get the credit.
He didn't get the credit, but he was at least an equal co-writer and an equal player. But they played in this mariachi uniforms with like the leader has to have a different colored suit. And this
Band-wise,
cornball, like,
Don Rich was the band.
that's so true.
Songwriter-wise, Buck Owens.
I think
100%.
they both wrote the songs.
yeah,
but
both of-
all the publishing went to Buck. You know, but really Buck owed most of it to Don. They were.
Getting
Don Rich-
background music is louder than the guys.
There is no background.
I think we've kind of quieted it down.
We're not
we
playing
quieted-
any music, so how could
No,
the
it-
background?
it-
be? Oh, it's in the back. Oh, I see. Oh, I see.
Okay.
Maybe I need to start screaming. I got to get aggressive here.
Get aggressive. Let's go.
This is a New Zealand press of Hank Snow. So I don't know.
Hank Snow down under.
You know, if you're into like real corny country records, old country records, like I went through a year of hardcore country obsession. When I first moved to Virginia, it was all bluegrass, all country.
Yeah.
That's like all I was finding all the time, and I just went nuts on it. But they were all like dollar records. This was a dollar record. This is Profiles 1 and 2 in shrink wrap of Emmylou Harris. But I'll probably trade these to Bill the Record Man. Because what I have found is that Bill the Record Man wants all my stuff like this. I don't need this because I have every Emmylou record. Even though I love Emmylou, but I have every single thing in her catalog. These are both like greatest hits things, but they're like perfect copies, like they were just bought at Kmart yesterday. And I'll just trade them to Bill the Record Man. So.
All right. Move it along. Let's go.
All right. I don't know what else I have. I think that's probably about. That's just other stuff. Like this is a gift to you.
Whoa, whoa,
Last
whoa,
week you
whoa.
mentioned that you don't have this album.
I don't.
That is Beggar's Banquet.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And this is
Beggar's-
also a gift to you. The Allman Brothers Hitting the Note
What?
from 2003. I got a copy, and this came from Amazon with this bend in it. So I got them to send me another one, and so I had this extra, and so, you know.
Oh, baby.
That's for you.
Baby, let's go.
And that's a good record too, man.
Oh,
Very
I
good
love-
record. They sucked like around the period of like the
bladder.
80s, you know, like with the I'm No Angels thing and the that was awful, man. He was drunk hard like basically all through
Yeah.
the 80s. But when they got back in the late
Betts
90s,
left.
Dickie Betts left. Like this was with Warren Haynes and
Sure.
different era, but this is a great record. I think the playing on this is amazing.
Wow.
I saw them with Dickie Betts in the 90s, and then I didn't see them with Derek Trucks, and I regret that now. I should have gone in the Warren Haynes. Warren Haynes was there.
Yeah.
Do we have to urinate now? What's the break? Are we taking a break? Or
I'm
what's
going
happening?
to, but let me
right.
ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this.
Everybody's asleep by now, right? I'm sure.
No,
This
no,
reminds
no.
me when I used to DJ at like 3 in the morning.
You're a big country funk fan.
Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
Do you have this, Jerry?
Yes, I do.
You have that
I've
one?
actually met Jerry Jeff Walker.
You got that record?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay.
I love this record. You know, Jerry Jeff Walker in Texas is like a star. Joe Ely and Jerry Jeff Walker are basically celebrities. This kind of musician, and like Robert Earl Keen, and like they have their own circuit down there that you could just make a living. There's millions of people, and you could just travel from Houston to Dallas to, Austin to San Antonio and just play the circuit and go to El Paso and just never leave Texas and be a millionaire and make a fine career for yourself. And that's what Jerry Jeff Walker basically
Danny
did.
Gatton, Redneck Jazz.
I do have Danny Gatton, Redneck Jazz, and what I have found is in Virginia I have found a lot of like Roy Buchanan and Danny Gatton records and stuff because that's where they were from, and those guys are amazing players. But I still I recently found a Danny Gatton record like cheap, and I was like,
Nate
hella
Bouchard
stoked.
still awake. Rock
Hella
Chicker.
stoked about
Yep.
it.
Hello. Who's
Let's
still
get that-
awake?
yeah.
Who's still got it going on?
Yeah, let
Let's
us know.
hear it in chat.
Because I'd have been asleep by now.
Get it up in
Anyway.
chat right now.
I usually am already passed
Who's
out
up
by
right now?
But yeah, I met Jerry Jeff Walker one time at Green Hall in Green, Texas, and I said,
We're close to the 2-hour mark.
I said, Mom, Jerry Jeff Walker just walked right by me. She's like, who the hell is Jerry Jeff Walker? I don't give a damn, I was like, that's a big deal to me, but of course nobody else cares.
This is something
Hi,
I've never.
Richard.
This is something I've never done before,
Yes, sir.
ever.
Yeah.
Jason Addicut's on Facebook though.
Get out of here,
Tell
Jack.
hello.
I gave this record to Metal Theologian when he came up here.
Yes.
I bought him a double.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a copy, Zeke,
Thank you. I
because
appreciate that.
you wanted to come up for so long.
I have. This is a big deal to me, and I've really enjoyed it. And
It's a big deal to
His
us.
Yeah.
birthday's tomorrow.
And your
Sunday
birthdays.
is my birthday, but yes. It is. It is.
Tomorrow
birthday.
is Sunday.
And we're celebrating 500 subscribers. You're right, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
This is my personal copy of this record.
Oh, I can't take that. I can't accept it.
You can take it and you sharpen it up and shove it up your fucking ass. It's your fucking record.
All right, let's see.
It's a record called Pause.
Wow.
This is a record recorded in the early 80s
Wow.
in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh man.
And it says thanks to Eugene Chadbourne. It's the record that
Really?
Chadbourne and fucking John Zorn recorded on this record label.
Can I see this?
Yeah.
Holy smokes,
Um,
man! Thank you so much. Are you sure you want to do this? Because I
Yeah.
don't want to like.
Yeah.
Man,
I think that
that's too kind of you. Wow.
um,
I'm geeking out so hard right now.
it's a Latin
On
free
Parachute
jazz
Records. And
Yeah.
look at these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
Wow.
real good.
So I think I recall Aaron showing this record.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm pretty
It's got
stoked.
Greensboro, which is local, stamped all over this.
This is what I love about records. Is like I'll always remember I got this when I went for the first time. Oh, track 3, Farting Around.
Yeah.
Sounds
Dude.
good.
I feel like sooner or later, I would have a much easier time finding this record again
I know what you mean.
than you would ever find this record.
Right, or anyone who
Because
doesn't
it was
live here.
originally released, because it was recorded in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's killer, man.
And
Thank you so
it's
much.
so good. And
I
out
love
there
stuff like
in
this.
Latin and fucking. And look, let me tell you, I could not think
Latin
for
jazz from Greensboro, North Carolina.
I could not think of a record that like, hey, Zeke's coming up.
Well,
Let's go get him a fucking.
I'm not trying to play Stump the Chump or anything.
I'll
man.
get him a record.
I
I'm
haven't
like,
been. I hope I haven't been too much of a douche.
no,
you know?
dude. But
Thank you so much.
I can't find a record that we have you don't have.
Well, that's the problem,
you-
man.
we have,
Because
you don't
it's
know
like-
about.
Right, I know what you mean. It's like it's hard when everybody's got all these records. It's like, shit. I mean, like,
Send Metal Theologian a metal record.
right? It's like, I mean,
Send Greeno a metal record.
I have sent Aaron some stuff. Aaron, didn't I send you something that you liked and didn't have? By the way, I found another copy of that because that was the only one I
Yeah.
had, and I loved that record. It was Razor,
And
the Canadian metal band, and I knew he didn't have it because he had mentioned it, and he was pretty
Yeah.
stoked, I think. But there was another one in there too. But I found another copy of that, but then I had to let my buddy buy it because he found it before me, and I was like, well, I want that, but. Yeah, that Razor record was a good record, man. I'm glad, you know, it really gets me off to, like, send a record to somebody who's got a million records, and they're like, wow, and you just see them turn into a kid right in front of your eyes. Like, fucking hell, I've wanted this forever. It's
I'll
like
be
the
honest with
greatest,
you.
you know. It's a great feeling.
that's about all I got.
Well, I know.
You know,
It would be hard
I mean-
to, yeah, I get it, man. And this means a lot, and I appreciate that. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
man.
a record, but it means a lot more than it
And
probably
it's
should. and I-
legit the only thing I've ever given somebody out of my straight up collection.
Thank you, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
man.
That's very
I
kind.
would let's do a fucking Predator. Let's
All right.
let's Predator fucking. That's it right there. That's the Predator. That's what it's all about. It's a
There was
Predator.
also a killer Sly movie where he plays a truck driver who's also like an arm wrestling champ.
Over the top.
Great movie that
We
is.
get off the air. I'll fucking watch the whole movie.
Oh, I would totally stay up like all night.
Meet me
watching
halfway
that.
across the sky.
You know, I actually watched First Blood.
You son of a bitch!
God, that movie is a perfect movie right to the very end, and then they play this cornball song right in the credits.
Yeah.
Like, my mic keeps falling off. I'm like,
We watch that like
disaster here.
Start over.
The microphone.
My-
But yeah,
my-
First Blood's a killer movie, man. I saw that with
Got
my
it on
brother and my
VHS right
dad
over here.
and my dad's friend.
My dick hurts so bad from not.
Hey, what's that
pissing.
movie that's
I'm
like
sure.
RoboCop but not RoboCop? That's really cheesy.
Rotor.
Rotor.
I gotta piss, dude.
Sounds great. Yeah, let's take a break. Yeah.
Dig of the week is over.
All right.
Hey, fuck all this!
All
Dig
right.
of the week is over.
All
Stay
right.
tuned. We got a Soda Speak and Chip Chat
Oh, I can't
coming
wait.
up. Let's go.
This is
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
go
great.
boom,
All right.
boom. I'm gonna hotkey this.
Okay. A scale of 1 to 10. You're
All right,
8.
stay tuned.
bearing and from their genetic tissues produce a composite clone, the ultimate Cobra Emperor, Serpentor. Introducing Serpentor, the ultimate Cobra Emperor.
Serpentor, the most evil foe of G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe. Cobra!
Cobra Emperor comes with air chariot.
Welcome to the world of terror. When I'm not busy embalming bodies, which isn't often, I like to relax with some good family reading. Let me introduce you to my personal library of Fangoria, the leader in horror entertainment. What a fascinatingly hideous cover of Freddy Krueger. And devilishly candid reviews of the latest horror videos, and gloriously bloody color photos from the newest Friday the 13th. They're all here in Fangoria. Can I persuade you to subscribe?
This is Fango editor Tony Tampone asking you to enter the world of Fangoria. Only $12.49 for a special 6-month video subscription. Send check or money order to Fangoria Magazine, 475 Park Avenue South, New York, 10016.
Ah, let the dead bodies wait. Welcome to the world of terror. When I'm not busy embalming bodies, which isn't often, I like to relax with some good family reading. Let me introduce you to my personal library of Fangoria, the leader in horror entertainment. What a fascinatingly hideous cover of Freddy Krueger. And devilishly candid reviews of the latest horror videos, and gloriously bloody color photos from the newest Friday the 13th. They're all here in Fangoria. Can I persuade you to subscribe?
This is Fango editor Tony Tampone asking you to enter the world of Fangoria. Only $12.49.
The high range is cut off. If the cattle can't get to you, you've got to get to the cattle. Come to where the flavor is. Come to Marlboro country.
Make the most of your summer with hundreds of value-priced items in the new Summer Value Days circular from True Value hardware stores. This custom accessories foot pump, just $3.99, inflates tires and toys. AMF Paragon's automatic air conditioner timer for $8.99 lets you come home to a cool house. Conserve water and energy with the Saver shower head, just $4.99. And choose from assorted GE insect trap fluorescent bulbs from $6.99 at participating True Value hardware stores.
Next on Primo, it's taco time for the Sheriff on TV Sheriff's HD Roundup.
Muchos machos, frienditos. Hit your ding-dong down to TV Sheriff, TV Sheriff, TV Sheriff, TV Sheriff, TV Sheriff. HD Visual Jet Sticks. You know I don't like Doritos Locos Tacos. This scary like shaky logo text screen is laden with some right spooky hidden messages. With a Conte taste of visual jet.
It's taken Taco Bell years to perfect. and you seconds to devour. It's taking Taco Bell years to perfect, and you years to devour. It's taking Taco Bell seconds to perfect, and you seconds to devour. Introducing the irresistible Doritos Locos Taco. Loco Taco Supreme, a shell made out of real nacho cheese Doritos.
It's loco. Would you do? Would you do?
Just when you thought all the really good ideas were taken. Introducing the new Doritos Locos Tacos. Taco Supreme. Just when you thought all the really good ideas were taken. Introducing the new Doritos
Don't take that taco, it's a creepy taco. Well, that's all we got for now, doggies. We'll see you on back here pronto. Hee-haw, 99.
What do you call it?
Stand by.
The Newfies. What do they call the New Zealanders?
Kiwis.
Kiwis, right.
We got stuff going on.
What's that? It's Chip Shad.
We got a soda speak first, though.
Oh, okay.
What do we got, Steve?
Into the meek.
We get into studio mode. Look, before we get into so to speak.
Yes, sir.
We certainly appreciate you making this journey.
I
long
appreciate
journey.
Being here.
How long is that trip?
4 hours.
Okay, let's go.
Just a short jaunt in the United States of America.
I think personally,
yes,
for me,
yes,
4 hours is worthy of a little gift box.
Oh, really?
A grown man record night gift box. Let's see what you got.
Oh man. Oh man, this is like when your mom sent me those care packages.
Yeah. All those cell phones with no minutes on them.
All those cell phones with no minutes. Oh man. Is this your band?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is from Iceland. This is
Ragnar. Wow.
Icelandic reggae.
Yeah.
Really?
Hjalmar.
Dude, look at this dude.
Oh yeah.
They're great. It's great.
It's really good.
Really?
Really,
so
really
good.
This looks like it has great potential.
It's so good, man.
I have no idea what any of these titles, like these are, illegible.
None of us do.
Yeah, none of us do, of course. This is like Christmas.
What else you got?
Boar and Castle sauce.
That's
Boar
a
and
sauce
Castle.
from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Born at the famous restaurant in Greensboro, North Carolina.
I
that
think
shares
they took.
this name.
I think they took Heinz. They mixed it with A1.
You know what? Can I tell you like something
So
that I used to
good.
know that I forgot that you mentioned that,
Yeah.
that Thousand Island is actually ketchup and mayonnaise mixed
Yeah,
together, and I guess I
absolutely.
just
With pickle
forgot that with okay.
A little pickle.
That
Yes.
sauce.
Yes. For seasoning,
That's a good
marinating,
sauce.
grilling, and cooking.
Oh,
Dip it.
let me.
For beef, chicken, pork, veggies, fries, and
It's a
seafood.
Greensboro, North Carolina staple.
Really, man, this is dope.
All of this
I'm
shit.
gonna grill. I'm gonna marinate some chicken and grill this. when I get
All of
home
this
for my
shit is
birthday.
like legit, like not just
Local
North Carolina,
Icelandic reggae.
but like here, North
It's
Carolina.
local Icelandic reggae. Yes, no. Yeah,
Not
no.
that. Not that.
Of course not. But
But
yeah,
yeah.
I appreciate that. Rockstar energy drink.
Because Jay works for Rockstar.
Well, I didn't
Couple of
know
Rockstars
that.
in there.
Jay.
Get you back home.
Let's not. Let's. Jay
Whoa,
is.
whoa, whoa,
Jay's
whoa.
a connected guy with Rockstar. Jay knows people who knows
It's some
people.
caffeine to get you back home.
Jay's a rock star, and I may need that
Yeah,
after
yeah.
after
For
imbibing
sure. It's a couple
alcohol
of
till
those.
2 in the morning. Cheer wine. So we do have this in Virginia, but I've never tried it.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, if you've never tried this,
Yes.
the cheer wine, this is the glass bottle version for boom, hotkey, baby.
Nice.
So to speak.
Nice.
The glass bottle version has cane sugar not high fructose corn syrup.
Right.
So
Same
this
like
is like-
Coca-Cola, right, in the glass bottle. So
Yeah.
my buddy Steve only messes with the glass bottle Coca-Cola, and what I find is it's infinitely better.
Yeah, same here.
By the way, in
Same
Mexico,
here.
first time I ever went to Mexico, I was blown away by the real cane sugar Coca-Cola and how much better it
Yep.
was. They also had, like, you bring the bottle back and get, like, half the price for it. So
Yeah.
if you and your buddy bought a Coke and you brought them both back, you got another free one. The place is so cheap. It was amazing. Beer, too, same thing.
Same here, dude.
Oh, that's great,
This
man.
soda it's unlike anything else in the entire country, and in the glass bottle, even more so.
Yeah, great soda.
Even
is
more
very
so.
underrated, man. I always greatly enjoyed your.
There we go.
What's this? This looks icy cold. Moonshine.
That's
from
Wilkes
Steve
County,
Fever.
some Wilkes
Wow.
County
Steve
firewater
Fever's
right
got
there.
some Wilkes County
Which is
firewater.
Some of
That's
the better,
ice
some of
cold,
the better
too.
legal moonshine you can buy.
So, would you say that the illegal moonshine is good here?
Yeah,
one
it's
might
really
say.
good. Yeah, it's good.
I've known
That's
a lot of
close.
military guys from North Carolina who made moonshine or was connected to
I
moonshine.
But
usually-
Wilkes County has a real tie-in with moonshine.
Yeah.
and
There's a
NASCAR,
history.
sure.
There's a
the home
history.
of
Of,
NASCAR.
I see. And the
There's
with
a
the
distillery there now.
bootlegging
They
and the
make some
running.
pretty decent stuff.
That's great. That's fantastic, man. So, we had moonshine in Indiana. It was from Kentucky, and you know, mostly like it wasn't.
That's
that
good stuff, man.
You know, it wasn't that good half time. You had to be careful. You know, like I was like, why don't you drink it first? Let's see if you survive.
Yeah,
I'll
That's
just wait
the
a
old
little while.
trick with the outlaw country guys with what's his name, Jay? Who's Norm Macdonald's best friend?
Oh, yeah.
Pete Van Wieren.
Lefty.
No, the guy that missing fingers. Outlaw country.
Ricky Van Shelton.
Four-fingered.
Jay, come on.
The outlaw country musician who's missing fingers.
And he's Norm Macdonald's legit best friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Country Joe McDonald.
We just watched it the other night. What the fuck's his name?
David Allen Coe? He's
No.
missing fingers?
No.
Neil Armstrong.
I don't know.
Jay.
I don't know. I didn't know Norm Macdonald was I had no idea. He's
Looks
funny, Norm
great.
Macdonald.
We just
He
watched
wrote a song,
it, Jay.
He wrote a song with what's his face, and what's his face took all the credit.
Yep. Chris Christopherson.
Chris
Chris Christopherson.
Really?
Yeah, what's the
I don't
guy's
know.
name? You
I
know
hear it.
him when
I
you
would.
hear it.
When I hear it?
Outlaw country.
Really?
Because they were like,
Hall and Oates.
we'd try. If the drug came on the bus, we're like, hey, let him try it.
You ever seen that
Jerry Jeff
Dale-
Walker, Joey Jones.
You got one of these free name kind of things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude, you know this guy.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Wrong.
Danny Joe White.
No.
Danny Joe.
No. Jay. Joe.
Billy Joe Shaver.
Shaver.
Oh,
Yep.
I love Billy Joe Shaver.
Yeah.
You know that you ever hear the How Do You Want It story?
The story about him fucking a watermelon?
No.
There is a story about him fucking a watermelon.
Dude, that dude has so many stories. That dude's a winner.
Yeah.
He's like
That's the guy.
The craziest dude.
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Billy
whoa.
Joe Shaver, I've met Billy Joe Shaver. But like Billy Joe, Billy Joe Shaver in recent years, like not that long ago, almost like a prison for the rest of his life
Yeah.
because he was drunk in a bar. Some asshole redneck came up to him and asked him about some food, and he was like,
Where's your mic?
I'm terrible. I'm apologize.
Also,
All night long.
also for the record,
Yeah.
fucked a watermelon.
Oh, he did fuck a watermelon.
Yeah, like on record.
Really?
Wanted to say, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
every story I've ever heard about Billy Joe Shaver blew my mind.
Yeah.
But so
Fuck
a
the
guy,
watermelon.
well, like basically got into a fight with a guy at a bar not that long ago, within the past like 10 years, and he pulled out a pistol and it said, "How do you want it?" and shot the guy. He's like, "Well, then fuck you. Then how do you want it?" And shot the guy like in the head, and the bullet like kind of like whizzed by him and just like grazed him. And he got off, but like he very nearly went to prison like the rest of his life.
You know my favorite blues
They
quote
made a
of all
song about
time?
it called "How Do You Want It."
T Model Ford.
Yeah, what's that?
Dude jumped up and stabbed him.
Yeah,
He turned around and shot the motherfucker.
yeah. Sounds like my dad.
And he was like,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to kill him.
Yeah,
I just meant to hurt him.
right.
the dying was between him and the Lord.
That's mean, man.
God
That's some
damn
mean
it.
stuff. My dad was shot like 4 times.
For real?
Yeah, my dad had like he had a bullet hole in his leg. My dad was the type like he never knew what the bullshit stopped and the real stuff started. But like he like told us like, oh, I got shot through the leg, and we were like, bullshit, whatever. Then he like shows us. He's like, the bullet went right in here. There's like a big scar.
That's how
he was like really crazy. There
it
was
wasn't
so much
until my
crazy
dad had
shit
a stroke that it was like I used to mess around with all these women that were married and shit, and like had to crawl out the window. These people would pull out some pistols. And
Yeah,
like,
right.
But then I pulled out my pistol. And like,
His life was like a real blues song. It's like right.
Legit.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got? What's in the box?
So, got this.
Oh, you pulled this out. What's that?
I got Mitchum. Well, I'm about to eat that because I'm getting hungry now. Mitchum, which I might need a reapplication of soon. 48-hour protection, which only works 6 hours on Metal Theologian because he's got high level. That dude.
Let's be honest.
That dude's a man.
Everybody,
he's
let's
man.
be honest.
He's Bear Man Pig. So wrap snacks. I have seen these at the store, and I never tried
These
them.
were legit our chips of the year.
Really?
For last year. They were. In general. The whole fucking line, dude.
Nobody put me on. I got up and worked extremely hard.
And let me tell you.
Fetty Wap.
When I looked it up,
I don't know who Fetty Wap
came in
is.
as Greensboro, North Carolina. All those, this is coming in as Locust Grove, Georgia. I don't know. Could be a distribution center.
Could be. They have these in Virginia, and I just always figured like
The
these are
most
probably
stuff per chip I have ever tasted my entire life.
Okay, so what I would say about this is
the most stuff ever.
This is delicious. When I was in the Middle East, they have all these flavorful chips like this, and it's like, why do we not have like all this lame? Like, why does everything got to be a potato chip or a tortilla chip? They had very flavorful, good chips like this. Like this is, oh man, and this has got some. I feel like one of you guys were like, it's got good mouthfeel.
Which way?
No, it has like nice after bite. Like there's a bite kind of.
Which way's chip? I'm gonna turn toward whichever way's chip.
He's praying to the west.
That's toward the chip.
That's all
I got.
Dude, this is legit though.
I'm telling you.
Honey jalapeno.
Oh
real
my
nice
God.
combo. Like it's got a real nice
Try the
honey
other
kind
one.
of sweetness.
We doing chip chat now?
But sorry,
Yeah,
is that what happened?
yeah,
I'm sorry. We went straight from well, I got a whole box. I mean, I got a whole care package.
Boom. This is a care package.
I'm fucking up your show. Train wreck now.
It's all a
Zeke
train
came
wreck.
on, just the soda and chips just blend together, just shovel it
Boom.
down your gullet 2 in the
That's
morning.
why I got hotkeys, baby.
And we've been here like hours. You guys probably want to sleep at some point. But
Isn't that? Are you kidding me? What did you just say to me?
Wait.
You guys want to sleep?
Sour cream with a dab of ranch.
So what is the official so to speak for tonight?
Oh, the official so to speak.
Well, no, but we're not done yet.
I'll eat this whole
There's
bag.
been a lot of talk.
Before we get into this, hold on. What else is in the bag? I mean, in the box.
Mississippi mud pie.
My mom did not make that. Let's hold that up.
Oh, dude, this looks really good, though. It almost looks like a German chocolate cake with pecans on it or something.
Mississippi
The
mud
reason I bought this
mud cake
tonight is because, so what time is it?
Y'all wrecked this whole bag.
Because it looks like a record.
It looks like a record?
It does. It does.
Like a 45?
Yeah.
It's your birthday.
Thank you, man.
So it's like a birthday cake.
I could actually use this plastic bin to store 45s.
Yeah, let's eat it.
Yeah, bust it out.
No. This is your birthday cake.
Should I like use a fork or should I just like shove it on my whole face? And
Sure.
Okay. This hour of the night after
I'm not
alcohol,
eating,
I usually am like the biggest
I've
pig
not
of
eaten
all time.
sugar in like 9 months.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
not
special,
at all.
man.
But
Here, you better put that
it's,
flat here.
it's a
It's about-
look. That looks closest to a
That is-
record of
that is
anything I've ever
amazing.
seen in
Yeah,
my
that's
life.
so true.
45.
Be careful when I get
I've never seen
Yeah.
a record. I've never seen a record that's too
I should actually
thick, though.
take care of this thing that's expensive.
So it's a Mississippi mud pie. So that's your birthday cake.
Thank you very much.
From the Grown Man Record Night folks.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Did you get balloons too?
No. Fuck balloons, Jay. What else is in there? Is that it?
That's it. Thank you,
That's
guys.
it.
Thank you very much. That's a
What's
lot.
the real so to speak, Steve? Let's go!
Well, where's the beer?
Oh yeah.
Torch Pilsner.
Local beers.
Yeah, those are Winston-Salem beers. I didn't
Nice.
get crazy beers. It's a Pilsner and a Golden Ale.
Pilsner's the hardest one to do well. I've been told.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I don't like hoppy IPAs. I like Belgian whites, and I like triples, and I like Pilsners, and that's what I like. White ale. And,
God bless you. I was kind of guessing because I didn't really know. And I didn't want to get IPAs because I figured that was.
I'm not a hoppy IPA dude. I don't like bitter beer. I'll tell you what drives me nuts is the nitros.
Yeah.
I think those are the greatest thing I've
This
ever
is
had
a
in my life.
Pilsner, and the other one is a Golden Ale. So they're both
All right,
like.
so to speak.
Okay.
I heard a lot of talk about Texas, so I've
Let's
got
go,
this.
Steve. Bring it up.
Got this soda from Belleville, Texas. It's Boots Beverages.
Let's go.
Dewberry soda.
Wow.
I don't
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Dewberry.
There's no light on that.
I don't give
Bring it back to the light.
Let me see.
I can't bring it.
This way.
Fuck you. There
This
you go.
way.
That's it.
There we go.
That's it.
Very nice. That's perfect.
Dewberry.
That's perfect, Steve.
Here's a little story.
Okay. Everybody shut the fuck up.
The little boy you saw.
Yep.
There's a boy named Mark Christen.
Reginald Denny.
Mark was 5 when sorting return bottles. Barefooted, of course, at 7, he ventured a tad from the family soda business. He picked dewberries along Santa Fe tracks and sold them on Highway 36. Gave his first $14 profit to Dee Dee so she could buy a poodle puppy. Dee Dee later sold Mark her interest in KDC, whatever the fuck that is. Mark suggests you be a real sweet to your mother.
I don't know about.
I couldn't even follow that
I don't know
story.
about doodleberries.
What the hell?
Get out of here, Steve.
I broke the bottle.
What's all that?
Wow.
I'll drink the glass. I don't care. I've had a good run.
If I don't never get right no more.
Let's be honest. At this point, my life is irrelevant.
Well, stay busy. You don't have time to contemplate your existence.
Nobody cares.
Oh, I care. That's not true.
I'm suicidal. I need help.
No, you know what? You're a great guy, man. You're a hell of a guy, and I appreciate you. It's been wonderful.
You know, you should finish that record before you do anything.
Oh, that's good.
It's real good.
Oh,
Like a blueberry.
The berry is so prominent. Holy shit.
It tastes like.
That is
like,
so good, man.
Yeah. That is
tastes like
good.
fresh blueberries.
Yeah. But it's not like overpowering. It's not overpowering sugar. It's actually like perfect amount of sugar, I think. Like a real nice, sweet, but not ridiculous.
Is it blueberry or blackberry?
It's dewberry.
Fuck all that. What is it, really?
I think dewberry is a combination of.
I don't know what dewberry is.
Is that a
Did you read that gentleman from the
It's
side?
like a blackberry, but blue.
Yeah, it's really
Interesting.
good, though.
Jay?
The carbonation is not overwhelming.
Yeah, I read the story. No
the
one really
sugar,
cared to hear it.
The sugar is not really overwhelming.
Yeah, I like that.
That's
It tastes like this boysenberry syrup you get
Yeah,
at IHOP.
boysenberry. Yeah, very much.
The IHOP boysenberry syrup.
Man, that's what I liked IHOP back when they used to have.
That is
like,
a top 5 soda for the year.
Really?
100%.
I would actually drink that.
You're early in the year, Jay. You don't know nobody.
Why do you like we never get these flavors? We never get boysenberry, and we never get.
Harley Race.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Wrestler.
Oh.
Old school wrestler.
Oh, really?
You want me to do a chip chat, Steve?
I got-
Fucking Christ.
I got
Let's
this right here.
go. Let's go. Who
I've been
cares?
eating on some chips
Well,
already.
who cares?
I've been
Let's
eating
go.
wrap chips.
Well, who cares? Let's go.
But
who cares? Who cares?
I wanted to bring this.
Okay. What do you got, Steve? Who cares? Boom!
It's from the Colonel.
Oh, let's go.
Can you see the Colonel's face on the wrapper there?
We've talked about this for a couple of weeks now.
The Colonel is selling a Cheetos chicken sandwich. And I had him put the Cheetos on the side because I figured I knew this was going to be a 5-hour show. So what we have here is a chicken sandwich with Cheetos on it.
Oh, fuck it.
It just seems like a.
I shouldn't have said
Seems
that.
like a capitulation to get
Did
that.
you go to camera 2?
It's
Boom.
like I've given up.
Okay, camera 2.
It sends a message. It's like It's a
I
failure
bet that-
sandwich. It's like I'm gonna just put
Let's
fucking
go.
Cheetos on my chicken sandwich.
You want one?
Are we wrecking this? Okay, let's see.
Let's go.
It's 2 in the morning. We've been drinking. Let's share a
All right.
Cheetos chicken sandwich.
It's pretty good.
I was going to
Actually-
do this a few weeks ago, and
Actually, man, that's not bad.
mm,
Oh, it's crunchy too.
Certainly a good drunk sandwich.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I like the crunch of the Cheeto.
Get in my gullet. It's 2 in the morning. It actually tastes like Chick-fil-A with Cheetos on
Yeah, you want to try it.
It's basically Chick-fil-A
I think
with
what they put on it was mayonnaise on the bottom or ranch, and then on top was like a buffalo sauce. But it's not. It's not hot.
Actually, I would have preferred a little bit of a spicy buffalo sauce, but that's me. Most people probably wouldn't go for that when they've been drinking and stuff. Yeah, just go ahead and eat your fingertips off. Yeah, that's.
I'm just happy there's 3 other people here when I chuck stuff.
Well, we can Heimlich.
You know how many times I've watched YouTube videos about how to revive yourself if you're by yourself and you choke to death?
Really?
Yeah, because I like
Put yourself against the table.
90% of the time I'm here by myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like eating almonds and
On your
like
lonesome?
fucking gaming and shit.
Uh-huh.
And while I love everybody that's on stream,
Yeah.
probably can't revive me.
Yeah, probably not.
If I'm like,
I think almonds do kind of tend to lodge in your throat and stuff. You
Yeah.
know? You got to be careful when you're just popping almonds like candy, you know. But I
Yeah.
love almonds, but
yeah,
they're sharp and they're kind of jagged and they easily
that's what I'm
lodge,
saying.
you know.
Same can be said for my aunt. And I made her pregnant and we had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Oh, is the camera on?
Oh shit, are we still live? Oh shit. Damn it, I've done it again.
Oh,
She's gonna be pissed.
She was so hot for a while.
Yeah. Aunt Betty's gonna be pissed.
It was,
Yeah. So I really am in North Carolina.
I mean, nothing's hotter than billiards.
I think when I
See?
was in Indiana, we used to make a lot of Kentucky. Like we were really high and mighty. We used to make jokes about Kentucky. I've heard in Kentucky they make jokes about West Virginia. I don't know who West Virginia makes jokes.
Boom.
Yeah, that was
What-
like
what are
we
the-
always said, oh, in Kentucky the family trees don't branch and whatever.
Let's do a family tech. I wish he was in here, or Jug Life. Should I do a Jug Life?
Jug Life.
Boom.
I didn't
Let's
choose
go,
Jug
baby.
Life. Jug Life chose me.
I had no choice in the matter.
That's right.
But I can do that. I don't know. You're a kind of a singer-songwriter guy, so I kind of want to do the Woody graphic.
Yeah. I remember this.
Yeah.
I've seen this one.
Notice the girl man director not in the Mitchum's burnt into the guitar.
I have noticed that before. Clever, sir. I have indeed noticed that before. I like how he turns into a billboard for Mitchum.
This was a question on Jeopardy the other night, talking about this machine kills fashion.
Yeah.
And I started laughing.
Uh-huh.
I told my mom. I just pulled the graphic up for my mom.
Yeah,
My mom started
showed her.
laughing. Because my mom's the fucking best!
Yeah, she seems pretty cool. I saw a picture of her in the fridge. Never met the lady.
Impressive mom.
What other time? Metal to Lotion, tell your story right now. It's fucking time in the morning and there's this many people watching.
What time is it? 2:30?
I don't know, buddy. Hey,
Yeah.
in the words of Carl the Envelope,
Yeah.
I'm not into time, baby.
Yeah.
Carl told me that back in the 90s. I
That is
kid
cool.
you not. Hey, Carl, man, what time is it? I'm not into time, man.
That's when you're just really too cool for this planet. You're like, my level of
I will
coolness is
never forget that.
my level of coolness is on
Yeah.
another plane.
I'm not into
I
time,
cannot
man.
be lowered to your mortal coil. I'm
Rock Chicka.
a higher temporal plane of coolness.
Thanks for joining us. All of our new folks that have joined us, please like, subscribe on our YouTube and our Twitch. I know there's a bunch of new people.
Rock Chica, is that you, Loretta?
She's the best, man.
No.
Metal to Lotion.
Good night, Aaron.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
We're going to switch over to Twitch and play some more records.
All right.
We're just getting started.
Yeah.
It's like 7:30 p.m. We're just getting started. I'm sorry.
I feel fine.
I wasn't gonna raise my voice all night.
You've hardly done that.
Barely.
Well,
this whole desk.
Don't throw the desk over.
No,
you'll regret that later.
Probably.
That'd be fun to do.
You think so, Jay?
Have a good evening, Nathan.
All right.
Thanks for hanging. Have a good evening, Loretta.
Let me try those.
All right.
These are the
people passing out.
I'm repping those now.
It's like a
some one-eyed
Good night.
Freaking
Fetty Wap.
Like
Fetty Wap. Can I tell you, I don't know any of these people. Like when that one dude died, the Hustle.
Boss man know a Fetty Wap.
Boss man knew Fetty Wap. I don't know. I'm so old and out of it. Like, what was when the one guy died? I didn't know who he was. Hustle. What was this? Nipsey Hussle.
Dude,
I had no idea who he was.
Take a week. Listen to commercial hip hop.
Is it good?
It'll change your life.
Really?
In a specific way.
In what way specifically would you say? Would you prophesy?
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week on Grown Man Record Night.
Good evening. Thank you all.